thanks for tuning in. We're Julie and Dana, two moms navigating marriage and motherhood. But this is definitely not your mom's podcast.
What's up, guys? I'm Julie.
I'm Dana, and this is Not Your Mom's Podcast.
Oh,
And
name.
Julie has something exciting about her night to tell me about.
Oh, yeah. It's so crazy. It's like when we get together, I always want to like talk about it. And I'm like, oh,
I know.
shit, now we have this podcast.
I know, now
like,
we can't talk until
now
we're
it's
on
like
the podcast.
mute. Like, don't even smile, Dana. You look at each other. Because I can't even help it. I'm like, Dana.
I know. Okay, so what happened?
So I'm really excited because both my kids had a spend the night last night, which was kind of
Always fun.
random. Yeah,
Mhm.
like both of them are at two different places. I was like, holy shit. And Trevor and I have nothing to do. You don't understand. Like, this is not the norm.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Yeah, especially
Unless-
because you guys don't have family nearby or anything.
Yeah, we don't have family nearby, and like we already feel bad if like we're asking friends, like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, for like a special occasion. So it's not a special occasion, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, that means we can like do this and this and this. And he started laughing. That means like we got like those like Delta 9 gummies or
Yeah.
something from like a local coffee shop, you know? So, and I'm like, they
Which
can't-
is so funny.
I know, it's like nothing. But so I didn't know they can like really, you know, do much to you, but they did. And we got to sit there on the couch, watch a movie, and then we ate everything.
That's so fun.
We ate chili,
This is why you worked out this
nachos
morning.
and cheese, yeah. Cookies, peanut butter ball, pretzels with hummus. What else did we go
That's
in
a lot
for?
of food.
Wait, no, there's more. Pickles?
Pickles.
No, we had more than that.
You looked so happy. when you
Oh,
just
it
said
was just
pickles.
like so much. Like I kept looking at him, I'm like, I'm still hungry. And he's like, me too. And like he'd go back and bring like
oh my
a
God, I don't want
smorgasbord.
these. I can't eat that much.
No,
That's
it was kind of gross and gluttonous, but like it also felt good. I'm like, okay, whatever, once a year
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just like laughed and had the best time ever.
I love that.
I don't know. It was just like
Did you
magical.
watch a movie?
We watched a movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or wait, what did we watch?
You
Oh
don't
no, we
even
watched.
know.
I don't even remember. We watched Top Chef.
You watched something about food.
and I'm like, they're brilliant.
oh,
I'm like,
my
look at these
God.
people. Like they can all be schooled for like cooking, but like something has to come from their heart and passion. Like I was all like on that
I
deep
can't.
like convo. Like I want to be passionate like that about food.
I know it is kind of cool. I bought
is kinda cool.
Violet for Christmas a cake baking thing, like the
Cute.
rotating thing and the decor because she wants to decorate cakes. Her and Freya should do it together.
Oh, totally.
That would be so fun.
totally. Oh, my big
Here
dog
comes the
just
dog.
barged through. So anyway, it was like
That's
life.
fun.
So I might be like a little bit out of it. But you know what's the best thing about gummies is like you don't wake up feeling hungover.
You're not hungover. That's true. I know.
Like I feel like I got good sleep.
It is funny. No one says shit when people drink
Oh.
their ass off and can't even like function the next day, can barely function that night, throwing up, like all disgusting. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got trash."
Oh, I know. Like we like
but then
praise
someone
it.
takes a gummy and people are like, "Whoa, how
I know.
irresponsible."
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? No, you do it. You take like
It is
shots
funny.
of tequila at a bar and be like, yeah, buh, and then you won't like take a gummy, like a half of one
Yeah.
just for like a peaceful night.
Yeah.
Like doesn't make
There's
sense.
a space for both.
There's a space for both. And this one's legal. I mean, so
Yeah.
I don't even
And, like,
understand.
you
It's
can
like some
function the
weird
next
loophole,
day.
but totally. And it's not killing your liver.
Right.
And you're not
I know.
consuming a billion
It really, I
sugar.
mean, alcohol's really bad for you.
It's totally bad for you.
I know. I've gotten much better with it. I really like I think the last time I drank was when we went out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I definitely saw like
I mean,
a
I
couple
may have
glasses
had
of
like
wine here
one
and
oh
there.
you know what? I'm sorry, I take that back. When we were waiting for the kids at dance, I had a drink when
Yeah.
we went out to dinner.
Yeah.
Like a drink.
That's
I
great.
haven't like drank since.
Don't you think that might be part of like, well, I don't know. Like, did you drink more before, like, it's part of like your weight loss journey? Like, do you
Oh
think
yeah,
that
I
helped?
definitely weigh less when I drink less. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we moved here, I like got bad with drinking for a while. Not bad, like I wasn't like out of control,
Yeah.
but like I
You guys
definitely
didn't know
drank.
anybody and you're just
Yeah,
celebrating
like we
life.
definitely
and...
drank just to drink at home.
Yeah.
And you know, like a couple of drinks like here and there, and I don't know, it just like it made me feel lazier and it
Yep.
wasn't as good at getting things done. And like honestly, like what was it even doing for me? Giving me like the slightest buzz ever, because it wasn't like I was ever having like I wasn't getting drunk at night. I was just doing it to like get a little buzz. Like it was stupid.
Well, someone told me that the way you feel when you're drunk is almost like what you're supposed to naturally be.
Well, I'm a wild bitch then.
That's what I mean. Like I'm crazy and wild.
Oh,
I'm like, let's
man.
go, and I just want to like party.
I know, and
have
that's probably
fun.
why it's fun. I do enjoy
That's probably why people do
that.
it. They
Yeah.
loosen up.
You
Like,
know
they
what
get kind
though?
of like out of their like
I used
head
to
and
get
stuff.
like wasted. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking like pre-kids, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I would
me
get
too.
like wasted shit.
Oh
faced.
yeah, it was like the exciting.
I
moment.
almost always threw up. Like that was very common.
I
Like
was so
that's how
jealous of
drunk
people
I'd
like
get.
you. I'd just be hungover.
Oh no, I would
like,
like literally
terribly
throw up in the
hungover.
parking lot and like continue on. Like
Let me get this
terrible.
out and
It's
like keep
disgusting.
going. Yeah.
But after I had Lily, I like really, for some reason, couldn't get myself there. Like, even when I wanted to, like, be free and party hard,
Oh,
like, I almost always stopped. It was a really good thing, but I almost always stopped at the point of, like, right before that. Like, I'd get drunk, but I
yeah.
wouldn't get obliterated, you
Yeah,
know? Is
yeah.
that a word?
I don't know. I like it
Okay, it
though.
sounds nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Obliterated.
I know, it sounds fancy.
So, like, ever since then, I haven't had
Open
that
the zipper,
happen,
close the door.
and, it's kinda been nice. Like, I don't miss getting, like, wasted at all. I really actually hate that feeling
Oh,
of
I
not being in
know.
control during the night
Yeah.
and then being, like, gross.
Well, yeah.
And speaking of which, not being in control and drunk nights, I actually wanted to ask you this question. I was thinking about it today.
But
So, now that I'm in my 30s, I
yeah.
was reflecting on, like, my earlier years when I would talk to people in their 30s and, like, thinking about
Oh,
thinking
great.
about how creepy it is,
Mhm.
like, now that I'm that age, I would never speak to a 19 or 20-year-old. Why in the world? Like, did you have that happen too? Did you have the same experience? Like, did you ever have, like, older guys that would, like, hit on you or hook up with you or whatever? And, like, thinking back, you're like, "Wow, that was really creepy."
Oh, yeah, when I was, like, I think well, how old was I? It must've been right before Trevor, so maybe, like, 28, 29. There was this, like, 44-year-old that I went on a date with.
Okay, that's kinda creepy, but, like, you were fully an adult. I'm talking, like okay, I'll give you an
And it
example.
wasn't creepy. I mean, listen, like, if you want to, whatever. But I was just like, he seems nice. But then when I really thought about it, like, we went over to his house
You don't
before
have a
we went
lot
on
in
a date.
common, I'm
Oh, I
sure.
looked, his kids were like older than me. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Like, there is a big age difference here.
Yeah, that's a big age gap for sure. But, like, not a creepy one, just more of like a what do you really have in common at that point? I'm talking more like creepy ones. Like, I, like, had multiple,
Older men?
like, at least hit on me or try to hook up with me if I didn't. Like, and I'm talking like when I was like 19, 20. And I remember at that age, you would think like, oh my God, I'm so mature. But like, no, they're just creepy.
Yeah. Well, they know that you're young and I wouldn't say young and dumb, but like they know that like you would be an easy piece, I
That
suppose.
wasn't like a universal experience. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, same.
I'm trying to think hard. I think because I was in a relationship.
True. Okay.
So I
I don't
don't think I
know.
like no, yes. Yes, when I, like, waited tables or worked bike week or whatever, yeah, there was always old creepy men, always.
Always creepy men.
Like, really old too, and
Old,
they'd say
yeah,
perverted things to me and, like, try to touch my side or, like, my hip
yeah.
or something and pull me in to, like, hug, and I'm like, I get
Mm,
but
don't
now I'd be
touch
like, "Fuck off," but, like, then I would just giggle. Like, I giggle when I
unless
get
you're
nervous.
paying. No,
But
I distinctly so this is what happened, this
I
memory
know, I'm
came
like,
into
"Wait,
my
wait,
head.
what's going on
No,
here?"
so this memory came into my head the other day because I was, like, thinking about, like I don't know why, I was thinking about, like, when me and my friend went out one night or whatever, and it led to this story, and it was, me and my friend, we went out, and this guy we worked with at the time, he was, like, in his late 20s, we were, like, probably 20. He was, like, in his late 20s, so, like, whatever. We were hanging out with him at this bar, and he had some friends with him. And she was, like, into him, whatever. So we go back, we hang out with them at one of their places, and they go off and, like, go into a bedroom,
Yeah.
right? And one of the guys that was still there, one of his friends, was older, like, I wanna say, like, almost 40.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I wasn't attracted to him at all. So, like, there was, like I kept my distance, like, I was good. I was just waiting for her to be, like, done with what she was
Oh
doing,
my
and I just
gosh.
wanted to leave, and this guy was, like, talking, and then he started, like, trying to hook up with me, and I was so drunk, and I literally just remember saying, "Oh my god, you're like my dad's age," and, like, laughed, and you'd think a normal person would be like, "Oh, that's weird," because he
Yeah.
actually was near my dad's age, like,
Yeah.
that was no joke. My dad was, like, 42.
I know.
And you think like a normal person would be like, "Oh, that's weird." And he was like, didn't care. Like he just kept going for it. So I finally
Ew.
like got up. I went into the bedroom. I saw everything. I was like, "Time to get your clothes on, bitch. We're leaving."
Yeah.
But like it just
The
made me
fact that,
think
like,
that
he didn't
wasn't the first time that like an older guy like tried to
No.
hook up with me, and
How are they okay with
that's
this?
so creepy. And I didn't realize how creepy until now when I'm like looking back and I'm like, "Wow, I'm not even what that guy's age was then." And this was 12
Still,
years ago,
like,
15 years ago.
he probably didn't even know how old you were
No,
then.
he did.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he knew. Isn't
Ugh.
that so weird? But,
It
like, even in high
is.
school, I remember, like, hanging out with, like, 25-year-olds or 24-year-olds, like, being in the back of their car,
Oh, I
and
know.
I'm like, "That is so weird."
I remember being, like, 13 and hanging out with, like, 20-year-olds and stuff.
Disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I was like, "You're so hot."
Right, and you're
And we,
thinking, like,
like,
you're
smoke a
the
cigarette.
exception, like,
Yeah,
you're,
yeah,
like,
yeah, you're
just so mature
special.
and so cool, but, like,
Yes, like, he
really,
picked
no, they're
me.
fucking creepy.
Yeah. That's just because like, they
So,
just think it's gonna be easy. That's what I
I
think.
guess that's true. I just, like, look back now as an adult, and I guess it's just all starting to hit me now, like, I'm like, "Oh," like, once I start reaching the ages of these guys that I remember, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wow, that was disgusting." Like, "Wow, that was creepy."
Yes, very creepy and disgusting, but you know what was kinda disgusting that happened to me
Well, oh, yeah, I wanna hear.
recently? So
Recently, yes.
yes, recently. So you know how you told me about those, like, press-on nails from,
Yeah.
like, what are they? Olive and something?
Yeah,
I
Olive
don't
and June,
know.
I think, or
So I
something.
finally did them, and Dana, I've never had long nails before, and they were, like, fucking long. I felt like do
Yeah,
you know,
you
like
got long ones. I always get the short
I didn't
ones.
know. I just, like, grabbed them. Like, "This is the company that she talked about. I'll grab this." Anyway, so I felt like a person that was walking in stilettos for the first time. I had these big fucking
Yes.
plastic nails, and I was, like, trying to open things. I couldn't get my contacts in. My eye
Oh, it
was,
is
like
hard.
and I was, like, scratching. I was using these, like I was freaking out. It made me late to everything and just so anyway, and I'm on my period,
Uh-huh.
and I use OB
Yep,
where you had to push it up in you. Well,
Yep.
I couldn't because if I did that, that angle, the nail would go in like that way instead of up. So I made Trevor do it for me. I made him push a tampon in me. He was like pushing and I was like, you need to push harder, like up in there. And his face was like, this is the weirdest shit I've ever done, Julie. And I'm like, what's the difference
How
between
you
what we do
always
and
shock me still.
I was like, I need it to, like, I can't do it. You had to do it for me.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, if that's not true love, I
It's
really
true
don't know what
love.
is.
It's
That's a
kind of
beautiful story.
I know, right?
But,
Now I feel like I need
why
him to do
didn't
it
you
all the
just
time. It's
pop
like a
your nails
service.
off?
I couldn't. They were on there. I just glued them. Like, and it was like, as it is, I tried to rip them off the next day and it ripped off some of my
Huh.
nail.
That's yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I
So,
know.
Trevor, and did he have to do that the whole time you had your period?
Only twice. This is a
This is gonna be
service.
your new, like, weird thing that you guys do.
No, it's not.
Trevor, I
He didn't
need the
really like
tampon put in
it. You
me.
know, he didn't really like it.
I'm
No, his
dying.
face was like to die for. He's like, I'm like, no, you gotta like get up in there, like push. He's like, I think I am. I'm like, no, just go more. Like it has to be like up there. And his face was like, oh my God, I think I'm dying. I'm like, but what are we having a problem with here? This is what we,
I
you
could
know,
see you yelling at him about this. Like,
no,
"What is wrong with you? Go
I
higher!"
was. I was like, get in there. Like you have to go, you
Oh
know,
my
but like,
god.
okay, what's the difference between an obstruction in your finger going there between like regular like sex
Right.
stuff? Like,
No,
let's get
true.
with the program.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
if
that
you were,
big.
like, just doing it and you were
Yeah.
like, "Go in there more," he'd be, like, down.
Oh, totally. He'd be
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
Okay, well,
So,
that's interesting. Were you able to at least get it out by yourself? Is this
yeah,
why you
because there's
asked
a
me if anyone's
string.
ever put a tampon in me
Yeah.
before? The answer to that is no.
Have you ever had to find a tampon within
Okay,
somebody?
so the other day, John was talking to me while this is funny, actually, this last period. No, not so in dramatic, but like the other day, John was talking to me while I was putting my tampon in, and he was like saying something, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can never just get privacy in this house, right? Like someone's always talking to me. Well, I didn't realize I never took the tampon out and I put a second one
I
in.
was gonna tell you
And
say
I
the
was
same
about to
thing.
get up and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I think I just put a second tampon in. And he's like, how does that happen? I'm like, because you're talking to me. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And then I pull one out, I pull the second one out. And I'm like, yep, I knew it. I'm glad I didn't continue on with my day.
Listen, Dana, I used to like hear those stories about people that lost their tampon or forgot it or whatever.
Yes.
And in my head, I was so judgmental. I'm like, how do you not fucking know there's
Right.
another tampon in there? But hold the front door here. Listen, like one time I did that, but it must have been up there for like a day or two. Dana, when I pulled it out, it was disgusting. It
You
was
can get
disgusting.
toxic shock
I know. I'm
syndrome.
like, I should be dead or something.
Yeah, no, that shit's
No, I
serious.
know, but I can't
I need
I
to
don't
start
even know
using
how
a
that
cup.
happened. I feel like, "Oh, I'm so busy in my fucking life, I didn't remember to take out a
Yeah. Oh,
tampon."
yeah, for sure.
And then I put another in there, and I guess because 'cause I've had, like, kids
Never
or something,
judge,
it was like
right?
a
I mean,
cave or
anything could
something, and they're
happen.
swallowing these tampons
It
up.
is. It
It's
is.
kinda gross, but, I mean, it shocked me so bad that I don't think I'll ever do it again. Like,
Yeah.
now I'm more conscious of it.
Yeah.
But I used to judge people, like, "How do you not know another tam" and then
Yeah.
I did it, and now
No,
I
for
know.
sure. I could
'Cause
definitely
we
see
get
how it could
busy, like,
happen.
people are talking to us in the bathroom, like, kids are coming in, asking me
Yeah.
questions, and oh, that brings me up to a point, like, so well, we've sort of talked about this, but, like, there's definitely some moms that keep all that stuff sort of, like, private, and you and I are very open with our
Yeah.
children about it. Like, they've seen
My
me
kids
put
have
one in,
totally talked to me
pull
while
one
I was
out,
changing.
seen the
Yeah.
blood in the toilet, asked about it,
Yeah.
and I even like how Jack wanted to help you with it.
Yeah. Jack's like, "I got it." I'm like, "Oh, this is going too far. Goodbye."
He's little, you guys.
Yeah.
It's not, like,
No.
older, but
I've never put a tampon in for anyone. I've never had anyone put a tampon in for me. Experience I haven't had, but, I have seen, like, my friends' vaginas before. Like, I've had a friend be like, "Can
really?
you look at this?" Yeah.
Because you're a nurse?
No, way earlier. So my
Oh,
friend,
I don't think
when
that
we
I'm
were
like that. I feel like I'm an open person, but, like, I feel like I don't know. I don't.
well, when we were, like, a little younger, like, early teenage years, I guess, my one friend was like, "I don't have a clit." And I was like, "I'm
What?
sorry, what?" And she was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I don't have one." And I was like, "I don't understand." So, of course, I'm like, "Let me see."
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, "Alright." So she, like,
Well, did
shows
she
me.
have one?
Yes, she was calling it the wrong name, but what she doesn't have is the outer lips, really.
How does that
So,
even
it's
work?
literally just, like, an open vagina.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's what she was calling it. So, it was that
her
part that she meant.
labia,
Yeah,
you
her
mean?
labias.
And actually, isn't it called a
I'm sorry,
vulva?
she has the outer one, she doesn't have the inner ones, you know what I mean? Like, so
So everything is on the outies? They're
n
like, she's an outie?
no, 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 she's all in. Like, you
It's all
just
tucked in?
yeah. Like, there's no
Aren't
like, the
vaginas
inner
so weird?
labias?
Yeah.
Those don't exist on her.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
So just the outer ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's good, right?
I guess so. I mean, what do you really need them for, you know?
Right. Why do we have
Kind of
like a
wasteful.
double layer then?
What is an outie vagina, though? Because I just heard someone say this for the first time, and I don't know what that is, but apparently a lot of people have it.
I don't know what an outie vagina. I guess all the stuff is out.
What
I
stuff?
know. I guess your parts, your like
Hold on. We
your
need to
labia
research
and your
this.
clitoris is out.
Well, my
But all vaginas are
wait, I'm
beautiful.
sorry, is yours not? Do I have an outie vagina?
Maybe you do. I have a little
Where's
bit.
your
It's
clitoris?
all up in there, and you know what? That's fucking annoying because that
Wait,
means
I
you have
see
to
a
pull
lot of
up the
vaginas in
skin.
my work. I don't know what this
You want
means.
me to show you mine?
I might.
Okay. Well, I didn't shower yet, so you might
It's
want to
okay.
wait.
I don't need to go close, but okay, what is an outie vagina?
I guess it means where like the outside lips is not like closed in and like everything's tucked in there. I think I'd rather have an outie.
Okay, an outie vagina is a
Let me see a
term that
picture.
refers to a vulva
Yeah.
with the inner lips visible.
Yes.
It is oh, so your lips are just so big that they come
Maybe not even big.
out.
Maybe the outside lip is just kind of separated, doesn't close in.
I
Mine's
got
like a
it.
combination, I think, of everything. Like, I think one of my labias is a little bit longer, and the other one it pokes out a little bit more, but like everything else is tucked
Oh,
in.
I have an outie vagina. A
Yeah.
little bit, like
Yeah.
slight. Yeah.
And then, like, but it makes I think it makes it more challenging when you're all tucked in because then, like, if someone's going down on you, they have to like open everything up, like pull up the skin to like find the
Yeah.
fucking tiny gem. I also think that my clit is
Oh,
teeny.
see, this one says outie vaginas usually have larger clitorises.
Yeah. I
So,
want a larger clitoris. You're
yeah.
gonna get more like yum yum. Like it's gonna be good.
Yeah. I
'Cause
mean,
it's like basically a penis, right?
yeah, they say that.
Yeah,
It
and
has like all
I
the nerve
yeah, that's what
endings.
I'm saying. So like for me, like everything takes me longer to kind of get
Wow, this
like
is so interesting.
but I guess the clit is actually one big like horseshoe around the whole vagina. It's not just your clitoris. Like it's the whole have you ever seen the diagram of it?
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like the whole area,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
vibrators are great because they just like vibrate the
Right.
hell out of
Right.
that
Right.
whole
Right.
area.
Yeah.
Trevor said something to me last night. So, like speaking of being alone last, I don't know if this is like too much TMI, but we actually had time to enjoy myself without feeling like rushed and everything. And
Hmm.
he goes later, he goes, I wanted to tell you this, but I didn't want to tell you. I'm like, what? Like I thought he was gonna see something like I don't know, like something, And he's like, I think you're like in between your shaves down there because like when my mouth is down there was really, like, scratchy, and I was, like, died laughing. I'm
Oh,
like, "Yeah, like, I shaved, like, 2 days ago, so it's not, like,
yeah. It's not
perfect."
going to be baby soft.
I know, but usually I think it's one or the other, like, I have more
Uh
hair or it's,
huh.
like, baby soft, and I'm like so
That's funny.
that in between shave apparently is not good. I'm like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Do you have, like, a rash?" He's like, "No, I'm fine," but I'm like,
What's the difference though of like a guy with a beard that's like in between shaves? That shit can hurt too.
"I don't think I've ever had a beard down there."
Oh, okay. True.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I've had partners in the past, but I don't
I
think they
don't
had a
think I've ever
beard.
had a beard down there.
Have
Do you have
you?
sex on? Have you seen John's face?
I mean, but does that really affect it?
Well, you could feel it. Have you ever kissed someone with a like, I can even feel sometimes I'll tell him, I'll be like, "You have to push your lips
Oh.
out when you kiss me because it's too rough for today."
It's too rough today.
Yeah,
Oh my
like, he
god,
has
that's
it.
what Trevor was trying to tell me, that my
Yeah,
vagina was
sometimes
too
it's
rough
so
for him
rough and it,
today.
like, hurts. So I always tell him, like, "John has pretty big lips." I'm like, "Just push 'em out a little bit when you
Oh,
kiss
that's
me."
cute.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I need electrolysis, whatever it
I
called.
think you're okay. I think that you guys could make it through this challenge.
I don't think I need to add one more thing. Oh, speaking of which, like, I'm gonna go get my eyebrows microbladed
Yeah, that's
next
fun.
week. Well, what if they do it too fucking dark? They sent me a picture and it did not look
I
good.
know,
And I
and
was
that's
like,
my
"No,
fear of
ma'am."
microblading. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why? You have good eyebrows.
These are all penciled in. I'll show you a picture of what I look like.
Okay.
I
I
don't
mean, is
actually
it
think you've
worth the
ever seen me.
risk? is what I'm asking, because like, they look good. Like, I think there's some people that it's
Because
worth
I
the
don't wanna pencil
risk.
them every day.
Can I see them without them penciled in? Can you send me a
Yeah,
picture, and
yeah.
we'll do, like, a risk analysis on
We'll do a
this?
risk well, I'm going, I think, like, on Tuesday or
You
Wednesday, like
just said you're scared, and they
well,
sent you a picture, and it didn't look
I sent
good.
them a picture back of what I look like when my eyebrows are penciled in, a model that I liked her eyebrows to look, and I said, "I don't want it that thick." They're like, "Okay, we'll work with this," but I'm like, "I'm gonna" like, when we get there, like, I need to see what
This
it
is
is.
permanent.
Yeah, well, because they'll blueprint it in, like, on your picture, like, you send in a picture, and they'll show you what it looks like, and I was like,
Are
"No,
you
I don't like
scared?
that." Yeah, I've not
This is your
microbladed
face.
for a long time for this very reason. So, yeah, I need to make sure that when they blueprint, it's exactly what I want, or I just
How
won't do
much
it.
is this costing you?
A lot of money, I don't even wanna talk about it.
How much?
400.
Mm,
That's a lot of money.
that's a lot, but it's not, it's actually a little
But
less than I thought it was gonna be.
it's been to me, it's a lot because you're right, I can pencil in my eyebrows perfectly every
Right.
day, and I love the way I do it, but I also don't wanna do that every day. I also wanna be able to, like, just go to the beach and, like, I feel more I know some people are, like, mascara people, like, they need
Yeah,
mascara to feel alive or foundation. I'd rather ditch all of that
and just have your
and have
eyebrows.
my eyebrows. To me, they're like the windows to my eyes. Actually, a makeup artist told me that one time that your eyebrows are the windows to your
Yeah,
face
I
and your
believe it.
eyes. So, like, I always feel like I look sick or, like, tired if I don't I just feel like I need that darkened.
I need, like, foundation. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm like, there's plenty of times I leave the house with just foundation on.
Yeah.
I need it. My skin is
Uh,
just not
yeah,
good.
well, neither is mine.
I would
Like,
spend the
I have this
money if
big
I
pimple
was
here
gonna do
now.
it on, like, a laser face. I want
Oh.
my skin to get better.
Yeah,
Like, if
everyone's
I
got
put
different
any money to my face other than, like, Botox, it's
yeah.
gonna be laser and, like, chemical peels and, like, all that shit.
Oh, okay, can we do our chemical peel together so we can look gross together?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Um,
Yeah, I definitely want my skin tone, I just feel like that's what ages you, and, like, that's what, like, you have a nice even skin tone. Ugh,
I think so. I mean, I have everything on
fucking
right now.
nice.
I mean, no, I have, like, big pores and things.
Yeah, but
And,
I feel
like,
like you
now
have
I'm
pretty
getting
good
that,
skin.
like, fuzzy hair, like, right
Oh,
here.
I shave my face.
Well, the lady that I got my facial from, she said not to do that anymore because, like, the hair is gonna grow back, like, or something weird. Yeah. She even told me that. She's like, "If you don't have a like, a certain kind of blade," which just doesn't make sense to me.
Sounds like she was not educated on this. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Just saying.
Hair
Or
doesn't
this is
grow
how she
back
gets
darker and
not
thicker.
darker, I think she said quicker or something. She's like, "If you don't have, like, a" what's it called? Like, a medical grade blade to do
Sure.
it with, that you're
Okay.
cutting it at a certain angle and having a professional do it, she's like, "It's just gonna grow back, like, faster and
Sure.
angrier," or
I
something.
mean, I'm sure that obviously medical grade anything is better,
That's how she gets you.
But like, yeah,
Needs to be
obviously she
medical
also is
grade.
selling something.
Yeah,
But yes, I think
I
medical
get it.
grade
I mean, take it
anything
with
is
a grain of
better.
salt, but
Yeah. I
I
mean,
stopped
listen,
doing it.
I stopped doing it for a while, I gotta say, and I looked at myself one day and I was like, "Oh my God."
I
Like,
know, it adds
you
a
can
texture,
see,
doesn't it?
yes. And I was like, I started doing it again. I feel so much better.
Ugh, I probably will too. Like, when I was putting on even my foundation today, I was like, "Oh, I could see all that, like,
You should
fuzzy
have seen
shit
John the
hair."
first time he saw me shaving my face. He was like,
Okay,
this is what
this is
where we're
hot.
at now, huh?"
Maybe it's someone's kink.
It's definitely not his.
We'll shave our faces just so you know.
It feels nicer. Makeup sits better. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to use my retinol again. I'm really trying to be better with my skincare.
Yeah.
I'm not great with it, but I'm like, anything's an improvement.
Yeah.
And I really want to work on it because I'm starting to notice. Did you notice this? Like, after age 30, things are changing. And I feel like that's such a cliche because I feel like,
Dana, I've noticed for a long time. I'm 42. Things have definitely changed since
okay, well,
30.
I'm just noticing it.
I
Like,
know.
I feel
I do
like,
remember when I don't know, like, I was breastfeeding Frey or something sometime, and I was taking, like, a selfie. I was like, "Oh my god, I have wrinkles." Like, I was,
yes,
in my 30s, and I was like, "Holy shit, like, things have changed on my face."
right.
So I know what you're saying.
Because for so long, you kind of look the same,
Yeah,
right?
you
Like, I'm
do.
like, from like 19 to like, even I would say like 28. Like, yes, I like matured a little bit. Like, my face shape changed a little, but
Yeah.
like, I had no wrinkles still. It was full. Like, I looked very young still at 28
Yeah.
years old, and I had kids and stuff. So much of my identity was like tied up
Being
in like,
young.
I remember telling
No
people I
wonder
had
you
kids, and they were like, "What?"
I
And
know. You're
it
like,
was, and
"I
now it's
know."
like I tell people, and they're like, "Uh-huh." Like, "Of course you have kids. Like, that's fine." Like, and
Yeah.
like that's so weird because like so much of
Oh,
my identity was in that like
absolutely. I
young
feel that for
mom, and now
you.
I'm just a mom.
Yep, you're just a mom
But
now.
yeah, I would say like even like 30, 31, like the kids definitely aged me a little bit, but like I would have a couple of grays or something, but like overall I didn't see anything. I would say 32 to now, which I'm going to be 34 next month. 32 to 34, I have seen some big
Wait till you're,
changes.
like, 37. You're gonna be like, "What the
Fuck.
fuck?"
today I
Even, like,
smiled and I was like, "What is this? Where did those come from?"
so oh,
You're
yeah,
changing
like,
skin.
same thing, like, when I did that selfie, I saw, like, all these wrinkles. Now listen, I was also thinking about this today when I was doing, like, my makeup, like, remember we were talking about how we've, like, never put on so much makeup in our life usually, like, Dana and I, like, drag ourselves to, like, pick up our
Ugh,
kids, and we look like
yeah.
pooty poo, like, we have no makeup,
Hair
our
bun.
glasses, our hair is back. I
Yeah.
think the leggings were, like, 3 days I've worn them 3 days in a
Oh,
row,
totally.
and, like, probably same sports bar, whatever, and stained shirts and stuff, like, we're not looking cute, and, like, we, like, kinda get ourselves together for this podcast lately because 'cause we're like, "Oh, yeah, there's, like, a
Yeah.
camera on me." Anyway, I have, like looking at myself, I was like, "Why do I not" I'm so torn between, like, talking about my vanity about spending $400 on microblading, and maybe to some people, $400 isn't a lot, and they do a lot of upkeep, so,
Yeah.
like, "Girl, that's nothing." And then for other people, that is a lot. It's a lot for
Oh,
me.
some people
It's
can't
a lot
even
for me.
probably fathom that. They're
Oh,
gonna
I
hear that and
know.
be like, "That's crazy."
I know, and so I'm somewhere stuck between feeling bad about myself for being this vain and
Yeah.
just being like, because I do love, like, natural stuff, like, we talk about this all the time. What is
I
that girl that
know.
calls herself, like, a what? Not a
Oh,
hippie, but a,
it's I can't remember. It's kinda like a crunchy mom, but it's something else
she
that she
called it,
calls
like, crusty
herself.
or something instead.
Yeah, like,
Crunchy, not
it's not crunchy, but crunchy mom is kinda similar too.
yeah, where it's like, "Oh, I want my kids to eat organic,
Scrunchy.
but I will, like, let them eat, like, that ring pop or something," but, like, you know
Right.
what I mean? So,
Right.
same
No
thing with me.
chemicals, but I'm gonna put Botox in my face.
Exactly, so
Yeah.
here I am, I've always kinda been that person that, like, ate organic or, all the natural, like, laundry detergent, all this shit, and then I
Yeah.
started doing Botox and stuff, and I'm just torn between
I know.
I do love seeing people that do all natural,
Age naturally,
age
yeah.
naturally.
Have you
I'm
seen
very
Pamela Anderson?
envious. Huh?
Have you seen Pamela Anderson?
No. Is she beautiful
She
now?
gave up on like, not gave up, I shouldn't say gave up. She decided, like, she
Yeah.
was done with all the makeup and the stuff and
Course,
the
and she had to do
crap,
that for so long.
and she just let herself, like, age, and she goes out now to, like, red carpet events makeup free.
I
It's
love that.
amazing. And she looks good,
I
like, you're like,
know.
"Oh, like, she looks pretty." But it's a
Well,
totally different look than what she normally
sure.
had, you know?
Well, how cool and empowering, and I definitely wanna get there. I definitely know that one day I'll wake up and be like, I don't need
Enough.
what I'm doing, I think, and this is how what I tell myself, is I'm at not the end of my, like, youth here, but sort of in a way,
Yeah.
like,
It's a
manageable
pivotal
to
point.
look sort of, like, youthful, and I'm okay with that, and people are like, "You're young, you can be young as you want to be," but, like, I'm using these, like, whatever, last 10 years or whatever, last 5 years of, like, being able to
My
kinda
mom said
maintain that.
everything changed for her at 50.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm using sort of, I guess, the end of this youth to like, still express
Yeah,
myself,
go
and
for
so,
it.
like, expressing myself through makeup or how I do my hair or which earrings I'm gonna wear or what outfit I'm
I
gonna
think you're always
wear.
gonna look youthful, though. You'll have that fun, like, youthful vibrance even when you're, like,
I know, but I
80.
think that I don't wanna care as much as on my face than I
I know what
am
you're
now.
saying. You don't
It's
yeah.
like I'm some weird stage of my life where just, like, I'm still kinda holding on to it,
Yeah. You know what, though? My
but
mom's in her 50s, right? And, like,
yeah.
she still dresses young
Oh,
and wears
she
makeup
so
and
looks young.
all that, you
So
know?
maybe I'll
She
just do
said
it in a
she
different
notices
way.
changes, like, she started doing Botox, which she never did. She never
Yeah.
needed to,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, that kinda stuff, and she said she feels different a little bit,
Yeah.
like, she's starting to, like she never like, my mom's, like, the one who gets up on a Saturday and goes and runs, like, 8 miles, like,
Yeah.
she
I was
never
gonna
like,
say
now she'll start to be like, "Oh, like, it kinda hurt a little bit," or, like,
yeah.
she talks about she's starting to go through that premenopause point where she's like,
Mhm.
"I'm so freaking hot all the time." Like, it feels like it's coming from internal. And my dad's like, "We're saving on money. We're not gonna put on the," and she's like, "We're turning on the air."
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm not looking forward to that at all, but how do you feel about, like, upkeep, like, that in that sort of way? Like
I feel like I'm at a weird point in my life because
okay.
at 33,
I guess you don't need a
34.
lot of upkeep, I kinda wanna,
Well, no,
like
I was gonna say, like, so many of my friends are just starting now to do the things that I've
okay.
been doing for a decade, like having kids and getting married and stuff.
Yeah.
Some are still partying, some are still like it's a weird point where I feel like
Yeah.
you have people who are like grown-ups that I look at and I'm like, "Wow, like you're so established." And then there's people who are like traveling the world still, and then there's people who are like living in their parents' basement. Like
Yeah.
it's like a really weird time.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I have tried to hold on to my youth, and I'm feeling like this is the first point in my life, the last year or 2, that I'm like, "Oh, I'm not young anymore."
Yeah.
And I think it's
Well,
been a few things. I think it's been, like,
you are,
young
but
in, like
the way that you
yes.
identified yourself as being, like, a 20
I'm
like,
not
in
a
your
young
20s mom, like
mom,
a
I'm not
20-year-old young
yeah,
mom.
and, like, even seeing, like this is so stupid, but I think seeing, like we're the first generation on social media seeing the younger generation.
Yeah.
Always. Like, that's interesting. It
Yes.
makes you feel old. Like, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the generation under us and they're adults, and seeing a generation under you that are adults is weird because then you're really an adult, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they were always kids. Like, it was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the generation under us is like little kids." Like,
Yeah.
no, they're like adults. Like,
Well, especially when you, like, teach younger kids when you then they are starting to drive and go to college, you're like,
yes.
"Holy fuck, how did, like, 6 years just go by? Boom, done
Yes.
like that."
Yes. So, like, that part's weird. So, I think it depends where I am if I feel young or old. Like, sometimes with other moms, I feel young because, like, a lot of the moms I hang out with are in their,
Yeah.
older. They're older. Um, but then, like, I will feel like I'm young and then we'll go to a bar or I'll talk to my cousin or, whatever. And I'm like, oh, no, that's young. Like, I'm not
Oh,
young.
man, I miss those days in a way.
I
In a way I
know.
do, and in a way I don't. I feel so much more, like, empowered, like, I know I mean, at the same time, I'm still rediscovering myself all the time, but I
Yeah.
still, like, know, like, I
I
know
think
what I
it's fun. I
like.
think you
I know what
give
I
a shit a
like.
lot less.
I
I think
don't.
a
Yeah, I
lot of
don't
things are more
care.
enjoyable as you get
I
older.
care, but I do, but I don't, right? Like,
Yeah.
why would I get
You can
Botox if I
kinda
didn't
care.
care?
Right.
But I'm kinda doing it more for me. It's like I'm staring myself back in the mirror, and while I find beauty comes from the inside, I really do. I'm like, "I'm here to be a human. I'm here to play, and in my playground, I wanna express myself, and if I wanna express myself through, like, makeup and fashion and things like this, like, I want a canvas that I wanna work with, and I think that's
I think
okay."
it's natural to also wanna look like the best version of yourself. Like, I
Right!
think that's okay too, you know?
That's what I was trying to get at
And
when I
I
asked
think
you,
we just
like,
have to
"What do you
accept
think
that that
about that?"
version's gonna change a little
Yeah,
bit. And it's
absolutely.
a
You
hard
have
thing
to.
to
It
accept
is.
because 'cause you're used to seeing yourself looking like something, and then you
Yeah.
start to change, and
Well, especially too if, like, I wonder how, like, supermodels and stuff feel.
oh,
That
man.
must be so hard because
Right.
I only did, like, a teeny tiny bit of, like, modeling, like, hair shows and stuff like that, and I was always in front of a mirror for dance and stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing myself a certain way, but I'm also like, like, whatever, I kinda know it's not gonna stay like that forever, like, I'm really, like, reasonable about
Yeah.
that, but I wonder about people that were, like, actual supermodels,
And
how
your
fucking
entire
hard like Pamela
identity.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Like, you either, like, freaking turn that around and be like, "I'm done with that," or, like, you're really trying to hold on to it. I'm
Yeah.
so happy I don't have that sort of pressure.
Right.
Can you
Right.
imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely it's hard. It's definitely a struggle. I think that we're gonna struggle with that forever.
And I sort of feel bad spending money on that. Like, even, like, Trevor was like, "I mean, yeah, I know you, like, pet sit and do all your, like, stuff so that you could pay," 'cause, like, I never ask him for that kind of money for that
Right.
kinda stuff, but he's like, "That could, like, go for, like, a trip or something." Like,
Yeah.
you always asking about new experiences and stuff. He's like, "If you took all that money you just put on your face," he's
Yeah.
like, "We'd be," and I'm like, "Oh, man, like, what are we doing here? What are my
I
priorities? What
know.
the fuck?"
I know.
But then I do
You
my
want it
makeup
anyway.
that I want it anyway. It's
I
like I
know.
got used to it. We got sucked in another way.
That's how I feel with, like, plastic surgery too. Like, there's so many times where I'm like, when I get to my goal weight, I want to get a tummy tuck or I wanna get some
Okay.
work done.
Yeah.
I'll see, like, someone that comes in or I'll see a story online or something
Yeah.
of, like, someone who died on the table
Yeah, and you're like,
or
"Oh!"
there was complications and now they have, like, a colostomy bag or I don't know, like, a life-changing alteration, and
Right.
it's like, and I think that's the
I
minority. I
know.
think many people go and get plastic surgery, and it's the best thing that ever happened to them,
I
and they feel
know.
great. But even beyond that, like, right, the risks and complications that you're gonna put for vanity. But
Ugh.
then let's say all of that works out and you're happy with the results, then it comes down to, like, what you just said, like, you could have done something, like,
Could have done something better.
life-changing or something really cool with that money. But on the flip side, you do live in your body at all times, and
I like
I
that
do think it's
thought.
important to be happy in your body.
I do too. So it's
And
like
it's
if
easy to
you
say just be happy with what you have, but it's hard to do.
yeah, and also, like, for example, like, let's say you didn't like your boobs or something, like, your
Mhm.
whole life, and then to go get them to the like, something you
Yeah.
liked, and then you're able to march around proud, and I know that we should be proud of what we have anyway, and I think listen, you guys, we are, like, for the most part, we are usually proud of, like, what we have, we march around we have to. We're like,
Yeah.
"This is the human suit that I was given," and we do life in it, and so if you wanna make, like, some alterations that make you feel a little bit better about yourself, then, like, why not?
There's also some alterations that you can't fix no matter how hard you
That's
work.
true.
You know, like, I'm
Yeah.
never gonna get my boobs lifted. I could do a million exercise like,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna have my tummy, like, that is always gonna be there from the pregnancies and the weight gain and the weight loss, like, there's only so much that will tighten up.
That's how I feel about my boobs. It's like
Yeah,
they have changed
right.
sizes like 20 times.
Yeah. But we'll see. I feel like I don't know. We'll see. I'm kinda gonna see how I feel, I mean, when I get to that point,
Yeah.
because I also know that I do get confident once they reach a certain weight
I
and like a
know.
certain
I was gonna say your vibration also changes. So, like, if I were to zoom out and let's not think so much of being like selfish, money, or vanity. Let's like zoom way out. And it's like, hi, once again, I'm talking about like, oh, you're here to be a human and play in this world.
Mhm.
And so if you want to do something that makes you happy, just go do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really need to think that hard about it.
Yeah.
You just, everything is a choice.
It's hard though, because you
And
do
then
have
you
to
got to
think
prioritize your
somewhat of
choice.
risks and money. Like both of those things kind of like rule everything.
Kind of, but that's only if you're feeling you're in a state of lack, meaning I can't use this money on getting this boob job I've always wanted because that's so much money. And if you're thinking I won't ever make that money somehow, then you're just sending out to the universe that you're not abundant, you
No, I
know?
definitely think money comes and goes and like you could
Yeah, it's
definitely
supposed to
make that
flow.
money for sure. Like I think but like I do it's so hard because that's another thing that contraindicates in my brain. Like I'm very much like, oh, money comes and goes. Money's easy to
But then
obtain,
we
like if
complain
you
about
want
money all the
to.
time.
But yeah, but then there's months where I'm like, oh, like we're tight.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't feel good. Or
Right.
like moments where I'm like, okay, we really need to do this. And it's like, oh well, we can't really. We have to like kind of wait and save for that.
Why do we live in a world like this?
Or I see my dad who's like, retired and kind of on like his fixed income now. And
Yeah.
he's panicked because it's like, well, he can't really make more money. Like there are things that happen that I don't know. I don't know. I go back and forth on it
I do
too.
too. Like, I don't know
And
what the
I
right thing is. I don't want,
spend, and I've also been in my young mindset of like, we're young, we have so much time, but I know that we are gonna get there. I mean, it takes a while to save a lot of money to like retire.
but then you've given me all these other things I need to save for.
I
Now I need to
know.
save for an RV. Now I need to
I
save for a
know.
plot of land.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Now I need to save for
Well,
my
here's my retirement plan. I'm not going to live in a house, so I don't need that much money.
wait, what wait. Oh, you're gonna live in an RV?
Yeah, I'll just travel.
Okay.
I'll just work
I'm good with an
on the
RV,
road.
I think. If it's
Yeah.
just Trevor and I think. But I'm gonna have like 500 animals, so I'm gonna need like a
Yeah.
trailer or something.
Well, maybe you get like a small, tiny home.
Yeah. But I also like have these like dreams of like having a tiny little cabin in the middle of
I know, me
nowhere.
too. I want a lot and I want a little. And this is my whole point of I want multiple lives. Like,
Listen, I think
I
we're
want,
already living multiple lives. Like multiple personalities. We always pull them out whenever we need to
I
with a
definitely have
certain
multiple
person.
personalities.
I think we
I'm
all do.
mommy, I'm not mommy. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a million, but like, I want multiple lives in the sense of like, I want like a few years where I live in this big house and I have
Me
abundant
too.
things and
Me
I'm
too.
materialistic and I
Yeah.
live
Just 2 weeks.
lavishly.
Just give me 2 weeks of like what that feels like.
And
And
then I
then,
want like I'll see a video and it'll be like, I think I like the simple life and I'm like, I want to live
yes.
on a farm where I
Yes.
do yoga in the morning and I
Yes.
have nowhere to go and
And I have
I'm in
like
a
a
little
pond or
tiny
something.
house and I don't own anything.
Yes.
How do those two people coexist in my brain?
Seriously, one of the ladies on Top Chef that I was watching last night, she like lived in, I don't know, Canada or somewhere like really like remote and off up north.
Yeah.
And in her little area in her small town, she's like, we don't have groceries. She's like, I raise all my reindeer, I raise all my herbs, and whatever it was that she had. I'm telling you, she did that,
Yeah.
and she'd like 7 are getting slaughtered today and stuff like for the
Oh,
meat that they. I know. I was like,
yeah.
oh shit, but I'm like, she knew everything about like
What was going into her
seasons,
body too.
what was going into her body, seasons, when they needed to start this, when not. I'm like, oh my God, she's like, my dream. I want like land and to be like one with the earth and stuff.
I definitely
I don't
think that
know.
that's like an internal thing that a lot of us want, but I think we got so far away from it
Yes.
because we also
Yes.
see all of these lavish things and we want that too. It's so hard.
It
But
is.
like I do wonder that sometimes. I'm like, do most people have like these like my desires are total opposites of each other. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how do they coexist? How can one person want mansion millionaire, famous, lavish, this, that, and
Yeah.
also want like quiet little prairie life? Like, how does
Because of
but
course we're
that's
gonna
what's
want
fucked
different.
up with me.
No, you're not fucked up. We
No, that
all
is what's
want
fucked up.
this. We
I don't think
all.
so. I disagree. I think we should interview people.
Well, how come you and I like both want that?
I don't know, but I don't think that's common. I really okay. I
I
truly
don't think people
believe
know what they want, first of all. Two, I don't think that they're brave enough to even like, I don't know, not brave, not everyone, but like risk everything to try it. There's only some people that are like, fuck it, let's sell everything and move. And then the other people are like, want to be in their safe, like little nest and they don't want to do that.
that's what
So
I'm saying. Like usually I feel like you want yes, you might not know exactly what you want, but like you kind of have an idea of what you want. Like if I was to say to you right now, close your eyes, what do you want your life to look like? If you could picture the perfect life, what does it look like? What kind of house do you live in?
I live on like a lot of land and I have, like, outside animals and inside animals, my own organic garden, a dance studio, but, like, we're remote, but not too remote where I can go, like, take my pole fitness classes and go to, like, yoga, and, I want, like, a pond and, like, Reiki sessions, and yeah.
Right. You're not living that.
I know. Well, sort of, I have a garden, but it's not doing good right now.
Right, you're doing what you can, but, like, you're not living that.
That's terrible, but I'm going to get there.
Right.
When my kids get older, like, I've already told Trevor, I'm like, "You be ready, like, I'm going to have
Yes.
land, I'm
You
gonna
need
have
to do all of
animals,
that.
and, like, I'm gonna have, like, my own, like, man-made pond that,
But
like, I
that's
go
where
out
I
and
think
meditate
we
to."
struggle is because, like,
I probably will
why
never
are
get
more of
there.
us not doing what we picture when we close our eyes?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that I don't create
You're definitely
happiness.
creating a lot of that,
Yeah,
right? Like, you're
but you're
modifying a
right,
lot of
you're
that
right.
into your life, which is really cool, and I don't think a lot of people do that. So I think you're doing way more than the average person
Ugh,
does.
but still, like, you just totally told me, like, I'm not doing my dream life, and now I'm gonna be on a mission.
But that's, like, cool. Like, we should be going after that. That should be the goal. What you just pictured should be your
Wait,
goal.
close your eyes, what about
Okay, so
yours?
this is where I'm fucked up
Well, I mean,
because
I did that, but
I
doesn't mean I really want that forever and ever. I just wanna
that's what you
experience
want
it.
your next experience to be. So
Probably,
that's a good thing. That's a
or,
good
like,
goal.
whatever. I'm also, like, open to surrendering to whatever happens too, because I also don't think that it's not that we don't know what we want, but I wanna be open to, like, morphing and being molded
True.
into
How could you
something
know
that
something that you haven't tried?
yeah, like, if an opportunity arises, like, I'm gonna hop on that train
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah,
Like, so it
absolutely.
might not be the land with the animals, like,
Yeah.
this might take off and, like, we might be I don't
I
know.
know. You never
Like, you
know.
never
But,
know.
like, if someone was to say that to me, close your eyes and picture your life, I truly think I'd picture 2 different lives.
Yeah. Well,
And
that
that's
was
what
one
I'm
of my lives,
saying.
but
Like,
yeah.
that's crazy. I think a lot of people can picture a life. I can't. Like,
Oh,
I see what like, I see 2 different lives, and I'm like, "Okay, so I think that that means I'm meant to do both."
yeah,
And I think I've been trying to do both all at the same time, and I
yeah,
think you're right. It's okay that we're not living it now,
yeah.
but, like, I wanna make sure that I get there.
You will, especially if you keep well, you're good at manifesting shit, so I know that you'll get there.
Yeah. We'll see.
So, your 2 lives are what, though?
I
The rich
have
and famous and the one that's
the rich
RV?
and famous? I don't even think that. I don't really don't think I don't wanna be, like, rich and famous. I mean, whatever, but I would
Well, can I
like
come over if you are?
to yes. I would like to definitely live a life of, like, with money and things and, like,
Being able to
being able
travel
to
and
just
stuff.
do what I want to do whenever I wanna do
I
it.
know.
Living nearby, all those fun things you just said, like, being able to, like I wanna be, like, a Pilates mom, like, the one that, like, drops her kids off in my, like, Lululemon gear, and then I go to Pilates and I get a green drink on the way home,
You
and
could do that now.
I can't. I can't.
Well, you can do it, like, 2 days a week.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying, we could all modify it, right? Like, we can make versions of this, but,
Yeah.
like, I'm talking, like, I have
Like, total
nothing
freedom and, like
yes, like, but I also, like, wanna be, like, a boss babe and, like, run a
I
company and, like,
know.
do all this stuff, but then I also wanna, like, not have any responsibility and live in an RV and travel the world and not have any cares or anything other than,
I
like,
want that
homeschooling my
too.
kids and seeing national parks.
Everything you're saying, I want too.
How do we do it all?
I don't know, but I also feel like this is the pressure that we get as women in this day and ages of, like, society is, like, there's a lot of people out there that are amazing, like, boss bitches and, like, have their own company, have
Yeah.
different different things working for them, but then they also might feel overwhelmed, stressed, so they're also, like, wanting that peaceful life as well, and then,
Yeah,
also
you're
want
seeing the
family and
good of all
kids,
these
like or the
versions.
people that are like, "Fuck everything, we're gonna
Yeah.
go rent an RV and travel the world." We are seeing
Yeah.
all these different versions, and so it's like, "Oh, yeah, I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that."
Yeah, social media. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
know half of these things existed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess my fear is, like, I don't wanna fuck up my kids. That's
Oh,
always
I
what
know.
every decision I think of comes down to.
I
Is this
know.
gonna
Think about
screw
how
my
many
kids
times
up?
we've thought about doing something, and then we go back
Yeah.
and are like, "But how would they
How would they
feel if"
feel? How is this gonna change them? And
Yeah.
I'm so scared of being unstable for them, but I feel
Yeah.
like I am an unstable person,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
trying hard to
Me
keep it
too.
stable.
Me I think everyone too, but, like, yes, definitely I think too if you came
Do
from,
you
like,
think
kind of
everyone do you really think that, like, some of the moms we know are unstable, that, like, this isn't what they love doing, that they're not giving their all into motherhood?
I definitely think everyone's unstable. We're always,
Yeah.
like, one click away from, like, being unhinged. Or maybe
Oh,
that's just how I feel.
I know. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is that just how we feel, or does everyone feel that way?
I guess it depends if you're, like, kind of an emotional high-low person, and we both talked about how we're, like, high and low all the
Yeah.
time. Like, our
Yeah.
energy, like
Maybe
and
people just don't talk about this enough, so it feels rare.
or
But,
maybe they're
like,
stuffing that shit down.
maybe.
Because a lot of people are on medications these days too. I don't think they even, like, feel
That's
as
true.
much, like, their
I just
emotions.
turn around sometimes when we're doing, like, our mundane things, like dance and school and this and
Yeah.
that. I'm looking around at people and I'm like, "Are you all happy just doing
I
this?
have
Like,
that I have
am
that thought
I?"
all the time. I like when I look out the window because 'cause we're kinda, like, in a circle, and I see all the houses that kinda circle around. I'm like, "Why is everyone okay to, like, just follow the herd and act like sheep and wake up every day and do the same job
And yet we're
and
doing
come
it
home?" Oh,
too.
I know. I'm not judging. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
but,
like,
like, are you all
why
happy?
are we why yeah. Like, is
Yeah.
this truly the life that you wanted?
'Cause, like, I'm happy, okay? Like, I am
Yeah.
happy,
I know, me
and I do
too.
love this life, like, I love it, and
I know, it
I
makes
do
us feel
think
like we're not
that
appreciating. It's not that, I just
no,
wonder. My
I just
mind
wonder
is
too, like,
wonders.
am I supposed to be doing something else? Is there more out there? Am I
Yeah.
and I don't know how to not feel those things.
Oh, yeah, I
And I
constantly
think
feel
there's
that
pros
way.
and cons with feeling them. I think the pro is that I'm always going after something new, but the con is that I'm always going after something new.
Absolutely, so well said. Same thing, but then that's good though. I mean, the I feel like there's room for everyone. The people that wanna settle and live the life that I just said, like, as herders sheep, and I don't mean that in a mean way because like you said, I'm doing it too. I'm
Right,
totally
right.
caught in the rat race as well,
Yeah,
and they're living that life, and they are what we think consciously happy and satisfied.
and maybe they
And
are.
maybe they are.
Yeah,
And there's a place for people like that. There's a place
right.
for people that want less things and they're
Yeah,
fine with that. There's a place for people that want more things and they're driven
yeah.
and they're happy with that. Like I guess there's just depends on like the level in which you want to like
Yeah.
consciously spend your energy on.
I
But
was
I
watching
myself need like to constantly I know that we evolve already constantly, but I need some new
change.
experiences,
Mhm.
some change. I want to know that I'm always evolving myself some way and somehow. And there might be years that I didn't put a lot of energy towards that and I'm
Yes, we're gonna have
whatever,
times where we can
like
and can't.
seasons and
Yeah,
stuff. But I also want to know that I am having a trajectory that kind of goes,
yeah.
a little bit up. I personally don't want to stay the
Stagnant.
same and stagnant my whole life.
Well, I think that there are definitely people who find joy in our lives, and again, I do too,
Like
like, there
purpose or
is
something.
joy, yeah, but, like, I don't know, I don't know, my mind wanders a lot,
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
constantly wonder if I'm gonna have regrets, if I'm going to
Yeah.
be satisfied, am I John always says it, he's like, "You scare me sometimes," like, "I'm scared one day you're just gonna be like, 'I'm done with this,'"
Yeah.
like, which would
Oh, my
not
parents
like,
feel the same way.
yeah, and I don't feel that, like, I'm not that
Me
person that's like,
too.
"I need a new marriage and a new this and a new that,"
Oh,
like, you know what
no.
I mean? Like,
Yeah, I love my nest and my children and my life and my
but I know
family.
why he feels that because I am unstable. I'm very,
I
like,
think that he probably finds that hot as shit.
I don't know. I maybe.
I think it gives you guys a little bit of something. I mean, Trevor always talks about it. He's like, "I feel like
I
you're
have
the
to
death
ask
of
him.
me, but you
Yeah.
bring me so much life because both of us always come in with, like, crazy ideas or crazy things, and it's like we keep them, like, I don't know, awake or alive,
Yeah.
just, like, on edge a little
Yeah,
bit, like because you
I
never
think
know
by
what's gonna
nature,
happen
he would be
next.
much more like homebody, like, do the same thing every
Well, then he
day.
probably wouldn't be with you, though. He wouldn't want another homebody.
I know.
It'd be
Well, I
boring.
made it very clear from the beginning that that was not gonna be me, but, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what
At
happens.
least
I
you made
definitely
it clear.
think
I
yeah.
was like with Trevor, I'm like, "I'm a wild card. You never know what you're gonna get. Cheers."
Cheers. That's funny too, because he just came out of a divorce and had a child,
I
so you were
know.
probably really a wild card for
Oh,
him.
yeah, he was like, "What's this
But that's
crazy
probably
thing?"
fun too.
I
He
think
got a second
so.
chance at all that, and
I
he
think
probably was
so.
like, "I'm gonna go this route."
I don't think he feels that way today, but
Oh my god, he's
he's like,
obsessed with
"I've
you.
aged so much this year."
I
I'm like,
know, but, like,
"Could it be
also I
because of
feel like
me?"
he's obsessed with you, and I think that that's cute because you always say he doesn't feel feelings, but I feel like he feels hard feelings.
I that was pretty hard. Not he doesn't not feel, but he's just his brain overrules a lot of his emotions because logic is, like, just more
Yeah,
it I don't know, his brain is just more logical, and I go
which is so
everything
funny
by
because I feel like
feeling.
he's always posting spiritual stuff and, like, I don't even picture him
So
as
I think for
logical.
people
He
like
has his own
that
business, like, none of that's logical. That's a lot
true.
of risk and
True.
hope and dreams, and
No, you're right. That's a
maybe
great
you're
way.
evaluating him wrong.
I probably am because I see him every day. I guess I'm only going by what he says too. These are his words, not mine.
Yeah.
Like meaning like I don't feel a lot. I'm always using my brain. Like my
Compared to
brain
you, probably.
maybe that's what he's
Yeah,
saying and
like
comparing. And I'm always like, yeah, I don't like really use my brain that much. I usually go
yeah,
by off my emotions.
yeah,
However, you put me in front of a board game, or maybe it's like intuition, like sixth sense, but like I definitely use my brain. Like I'm
yeah.
good at games. Like I can kind of like see like 5 moves past and like I'm always preparing for like the next thing. So my mind's like, like maybe I'd be good at chess.
Okay, go take on chess in your prairie.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that I do think like opposite and polarity makes for good like chemistry.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you can go both ways. I feel like you could either be really similar and it makes for good chemistry, or you
Yeah.
could be very opposite and makes for good chemistry.
Do you think that anybody is really good without those two? Like absolutely opposites or the same and like that whole gray area? Do you think it works?
I don't know.
I know.
It's
Someone
interesting.
should comment on
That's
that.
another thing I'm always interested in. I always look at couples and I'm like, huh, are you really happy?
I
Are you
know.
cheating? Are
I
you lying?
know.
Like, I want to know.
Or they're probably totally different at home, you
I
know?
know. Like, I am always interested by people's
Me
marriages because I
too.
feel like there's just so many people that I called their divorce.
Really? Oh, I'm
Oh,
not good at
fuck
that.
yeah. Like, on social media even, I don't even have to know them.
Oh my
I am so good
gosh.
at seeing trends of, like, people posting, and I'm like, "Oh, they're posting a lot about liking each other. I guarantee you they're gonna not be together or something." Like, it's almost overcompensating,
Yeah,
and literally
I mean, that makes
100%, I
sense.
always tell John, it'll be, like, a year later, I'll be like, "Guess who got divorced?" And he's like, "Oh, so and so, uh-huh." And I'm like, "Yep." Or I'll be like, "Oh, I think this person's broken up or divorced." And I'm like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Oh, because they used to post about their
And now
significant
it's
other all the
only
time, and
pictures
now
of
it's
themselves?
selfies, and it's
Yeah.
pictures of them with their friends."
Yeah,
And
like being happy.
yeah, I'm like, "Something changed." And
Something changed.
I'm always fucking right.
Damn. Can you find the next person and let's try it together?
Yes,
All
I was
right.
just right like 2 months ago.
Oh,
I hate to
damn.
be right. I don't
Oh,
wanna
I
be
know
right.
that's
I just
true,
am.
but you're just good at that.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's patterns. I like literally I watch people so intensely. Sounds
Oh.
so
No,
creepy.
no, no. I do the same.
But,
I
like,
actually
I
do
can
too.
notice when your pattern changes, and it's sometimes it's for other reasons, right?
Right.
Like, sometimes, like, for example, like, I definitely post more pictures of myself and, like, with people and all this stuff when I'm feeling better about myself
Mhm.
in general,
Yeah.
but, like, I feel like you could just tell, like, if it's a confidence thing or, like, a divorce.
Oh my
I also would love
god. You're
someone to
like the
get divorced
fucking
nearby
divorce
me.
oracle.
I know. I wanna throw a divorce party.
What was this?
Like, I think that'd be so fun. Like, where you have, like, a divorce party, like, a black cake, and, like, everyone comes, like, dressed up. I
Wait,
don't
are
know.
you asking one of your friends that just had a divorce that we throw a
I
divorce?
would love to, I just don't know anyone
Why does that
personally.
have to be black? Why can't it be like
Or fun.
hallelujah?
Yeah, it could go either way.
Because like what if that person was a bad
True.
they're married to a
Yeah.
bad
No, it's
person?
great. It's
Should
like
be
the
like
death of that
rainbows,
part of your life and the new emerging of another
like a
part.
rebirth.
Yes.
Okay, a rebirth
If
party after
yes.
divorce.
Yes. But
Where
I
we
don't
would
know
hire
anyone.
a female stripper and not a male stripper.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
speaking of, though, drama and scandal, I know you're not on social media enough, so you're not gonna know this,
I
but
know
have
I'm
you
the
heard of the
worst.
ultimate cruise?
Cruise?
Yeah.
Like as in the ship that takes you out?
Yes.
No.
Okay. This shit is good,
Oh
and I
my
can't wait to
god, you're
follow
gonna
it.
go on it, aren't you?
No, I can't. It's like $80,000.
Oh. Okay,
But
speaking of prioritizing your money,
yeah,
what the
listen,
fuck?
it's a 9-month cruise, and it
Oh,
travels
okay.
the entire world. You see all of the world wonders. You see, like, I don't know, it was like a ridiculous number of countries. It goes to Asia, Europe, freaking America, like all these things, right? So it's in 4 segments. Each
Okay.
one is like a few months. You could go on 1 segment, 2 segments, you go on all 4. A lot of people are doing the whole thing. And they are called the Ultimate World Cruisers right now. And TikTok is like blowing up about it because it's literally like watching a reality show. Think about this, okay?
Now that is yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
know
good.
how a producer didn't pick this shit up.
I know.
The networks must be kicking themselves right now
Yeah.
because they really like
Yeah.
fucked up here.
Yeah, I know.
Think about this. You have, first of all, people who clearly have money, or they did something crazy and sold everything for this, right? Like
Right.
one or the other.
Like
It's
we'll start
super
over, but this
cool.
is like my
Yeah,
dream or my
super
whatever.
cool. They're gonna be cool people. And
Are they though?
well, they're gonna be unique
Hmm.
people.
I'm judging them already. I'm just saying.
And you have them on a
Unique
cruise
why?
ship.
Because they got to see all the world, but like, can they talk to somebody? Like, I'm sorry.
No,
They
I'm
don't get
saying they must be. I feel like there's something cool and unique about you if you're willing to And again, some people just have money to burn, so maybe those people will suck. But like if you're willing to like sell everything and take a risk and hop on a
Yes.
boat,
I wonder
that's
how many
fucking
people are
cool.
doing that though.
Like one of the women, her parents died and she just got life insurance money and she was like, I'm going.
That's
I
cool.
know. So
Well,
I think you're
that
gonna have
story's
cool people
cool.
and then you're gonna
Yeah.
have like people who just have money to throw around and they're probably gonna be assholes, but you need the assholes, right?
You do need that like contrast and dynamic.
Yes. So picture this.
Yeah.
9 months. I feel like I could pitch this to a network right
I
now.
know. I'm like
9
listening. My
months
eyes went like all like
in
hypnotized.
the middle of an ocean with unlimited alcohol every day in your own world with the same people. There's going to
Ew.
be scandal. There's going to be cheating. There's going to be divorce. 9 months is big enough, long enough to make a baby. What if a baby's born from this with another person? There's going to be friendships and there's going to be, I'm sure someone's going to go
Fights.
to jail. I'm sure there's going to be fights. I'm sure someone's going to
Someone
miss the boat one time.
someone
There's going to
might
be
actually pass
sickness.
away.
Someone could die. It goes up from ages 2 to 86 are the
2.
passengers. There's a
You
2-year-old on
raise your
that cruise
kid
ship
on there?
and there's an 86-year-old on that cruise ship. What if the 86-year-old dies? There could be
What
a
if like
funeral.
this huge disease has an outbreak?
Correct. You're basically your own city.
And then they like turn into zombies on there.
Oh, well, maybe. But you're basically your own city floating around in the ocean for 9 months.
I think that I would get seasick.
There's going to be fan favorites. There's going to be like, oh, it's going to be so good. These people are going to be influencers
So
overnight.
no one is like filming all this?
Yes, there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to follow all of them.
Oh my God, I want to know now.
I know. I hope they spill the tea every day. There's ones that are like showing us their room tours and like doing all the things, but it hasn't gotten juicy yet. It just took off.
This is kind of my nightmare, to be stuck on a boat with people like I don't want to talk to or see.
Yeah, and you're seeing the same people all the time.
And then you can't really hole up in your room because I bet it's like not a nice room. It's not like your house.
Well, it's a cruise ship room.
Yeah, I you know.
Yeah.
And then if I want to go out and get fresh air, like people are like, "Hey, Julie," I'm be like, "Fuck off."
Everyone's going to know each other by the end. You're probably going to have the OGs, like the ones who did the whole 9 months, and you're going to have the ones that like come on at the end and people,
And they're
the
gonna be like
OGs aren't
judging
going to
them.
like the new
No,
ones.
yeah.
Ugh.
They're like the veterans.
Reality TV Gold. They should have named it like Reality TV on the Sea.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I know.
I could never do that.
Yeah. I mean, I could.
I know. You would probably love it.
I would love it. But I mean, I could see the cons for sure. 9 months is a long time to
Like,
be
what
on
would
a
you do
boat.
with your pets and stuff?
I don't know.
My plants.
I mean, my plants could die. I can care less. I killed
my
them all
God.
already anyway. I don't know what to do with them. I have to throw them all out before Christmas or something.
Give them to me. I'll probably resurrect
I
them.
don't think you can, but we could try. But yeah, I definitely would do it. I think it's really cool. It really is expensive though. I think like an interior room, I could be wrong on these numbers, but like I remember seeing something that went up to like 80 grand and like something that was like 55,000. Like it's a lot of money.
There obviously has to be like doctors, nurses,
Well, there always is on cruise
cleaning.
ships.
But what also think about the staff that decided to put their lives on there for 9 months.
That's what most cruise ship staffs do.
Yeah, but not for 9 months?
Yes.
They do?
Yeah. They usually do like 6 to 9 months on and then a couple months off.
Well, why don't you do that? Then you can go see the world.
Well, I mean, it's a little late now. That ship has literally sailed.
You could do anything you want, Dana, at any time.
I mean, my kids would definitely be affected by that. See you in 9 months, guys.
You can buy their tickets.
But yeah, a lot of them do stay on the cruise ships for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's going to dock and go to ports. You're going to get off the cruise ship. You're not literally on the cruise ship for 9 months straight. But
I know, but still.
you're with those people.
You're with those people. And you can't, what if you can't stand them?
Ugh. And like you're seeing the same shows and talent and like there is a laundry service, which obviously there has to be. So it includes laundry service. You
Okay.
get all of your clothes washed and, and how much could you really bring with you?
I guess that's when you would get that like Zen minimalistic shit.
Yeah, you're going to be wearing the same outfits quite a lot. And this is going everywhere.
And there's
like
no
they had to bring
Amazon?
No, and they had to bring huge coats because of like they're going to Antarctica and stuff.
You have to pack for like every season.
Yes.
That's like my nightmare. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to bring.
I know.
And then to be away, like, I mean, like, literally, like, I'm one of those people that don't like to be trapped. Like, and I mean that in so many different ways.
You haven't been on a cruise, right?
No.
So here's
I'm
the
about
other
to be
thing
on one
about this.
and I'll have to like come back because I'm sure the cruise people are going to attack me.
What?
I feel like I'm going to come back and be judgy about shit.
Oh.
'Cause there's
I get what
definitely
you're
people
saying.
that love it. It's like the Disney cult and the cruise cult.
I agree.
people.
There's definitely a cruise cult. I
Here's the thing is I kind of want to be in that cult, but like in Disney cult, but like I just can't get there.
don't want to be in Disney cult. I don't want to be in Disney cult. Listen,
don't.
this is going to get a lot of hate.
I know.
I think that people who only go to Disney I just can't wrap my head around
Me
it.
either.
Like, do you, boo? But like,
There
don't you
is
want to do anything
right,
else?
and all that money that you put towards Disney could have gotten you, like, 3 trips somewhere else,
I
or,
know.
like,
Like
3
that's the thing. It's not like
experiences
it's
somewhere
cheap.
else.
Like it's not like it's like okay, I can understand it because it's
Me
really
too.
cheap and you just want to go somewhere.
And to
Here's
go
my
back and see
theory.
the same thing over and over again, to me, is called, like, not you're crazy, right?
I don't know. This is my theory, and I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that people who only go to any type of vacation, this isn't
Okay.
just Disney people. This could be Disney people, Universal people. This could be people who just have like a cabin and that's the only vacation they ever take is going to this cabin every 2
Because
weeks,
I know it
whatever.
creates a tradition, and I wanna get into that too.
I was going to say, I think that people mistake the feelings that they get when they're at these familiar places with happiness and joy and they're
Yes.
only,
Yes.
this is it. So like I think like someone who just goes to Disney every year, to them, it's like, "Oh, well, like, I didn't have work. I was able to just, like, hang out. It was such a good time,"
Yeah.
and they had these endorphins and stuff,
Yeah.
so now they associate Disney with that, so they
Yes.
just wanna keep going back, but the thing
Yes.
is you would
It's
have
like a
felt that
high.
anywhere. You would have felt that on a beach in the Caribbean. You would have
Yeah.
felt that in
If you're
Europe.
willing
Like,
to try it.
it was the idea of you just being away from life. Like, that's
It's an
what it
escape.
was.
Yeah.
Like, it was the vacation part of it.
Yeah.
Like, you might love that place. I definitely think there's vacations that you're gonna love more than others, but,
Yeah.
like, I definitely think that that's part of it, and that's why
Me
I think people
too.
do it.
And also just, like, that tradition aspect. I was just looking at Trevor the other day, like, getting ready for bed. I'm like, "Who came up with a tradition? Like, why do we have to have Thanksgiving every year and eat, like, shit Thanksgiving food or something?" And maybe it's not shit for everyone, they make, like, really good food or whatever, but, like, what are traditions? Like, why
I
aren't
guess
we
it's
trying to
something you
always?
look forward to every
But why
year.
can't we look forward to just new
I know, I
experiences?
saw this person talk about
I don't get
Thanksgiving,
it.
getting off topic, and they were saying that they'll never put pressure on their kids to show up for Thanksgiving dinner because they hope that they have 30 other dinners like that every year. And like then
Oh,
it won't matter. If
I
they want to
love
go to their
that.
in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, who cares? They're not going to put pressure on them. Go do what you have to do on Thanksgiving because we're going to be so welcoming the whole year that we're going to have great dinners all year
I'm
long.
starting that
Me
tradition
too.
now.
And I was like, that is so great. One, it takes the pressure off your kids, which is
Yes.
huge.
Oh, I feel it
And
from Callie. She's like, "Okay, how long are we going on this cruise?" And like, we had to go to my parents first for Christmas and then go to cruise.
yeah,
And then she has to come by our house for Christmas. And then she has her parents' house before that.
it's a
And at
lot.
Thanksgiving, she had to choose to go to like her stepbrother's graduation instead of being with our family for
Right.
Thanksgiving. I'm sure she was like torn about all those
Yeah.
decisions. I always say, like, do you? You're a young adult.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I knew this time would come.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. I'm always really cool about, my mom has always been really cool about, like, we know that you have your life,
Yeah.
and if you want, you see us great, but like, you do life with your family first. They knew that
Yeah.
that was going to happen when I had a family. They're like, you'll have to make what's right for your family,
Yeah.
but you still feel that
You do.
pressure.
You still feel the guilt for
You
not
feel the
being with them
guilt.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah. So I think that's great. And I think that there are traditions that are great. Speaking of like traditions, this was like
Okay.
one of the reasons that so like we do the activity I don't want your kids to hear about we do the activity advent calendar
Okay.
every year. And I was talking to John about this the other day because he was like, "You're getting so stressed out about like finding an activity to do and stuff. Like, why are you stressing yourself out? You put this on yourself." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Because this is the magic that gets to last when some of the magic starts to fade." And to me, that's like
Maybe.
super important.
I don't
Like,
know. Maybe you shouldn't think of it as a way that like magic's going to fade.
it's going to fade.
No, they'll just be a young adult and their magic will be, hopefully we can put that magic in somewhere else.
Exactly. But that's what I'm doing. So, like, the activity advent calendar for me is a way to make December magical when they stop believing in certain things.
Yeah.
Right now, that's the magic, the belief, that's going to start to fade soon. And
Trevor and I even talked about that last night. We are like, do you think that do you think they really believe that a reel moves
yes,
around?
yeah,
And I was like,
yes,
I don't know.
I
Do
know.
they, or do they just want the fun of it?
Well, and that's why I did this.
We're like whispering because
I
my
know.
kids are like downstairs.
I
But
know.
anyway,
And that's why I did this though, because I think that there is a little bit of a sadness that comes when you realize, like, okay, that's not what's happening.
it's not sadness for me. Am I like fucked up?
Really?
Yeah.
I still liked Christmas, but it changed.
No. Sadness for me as an adult.
No, no,
Oh, you
I'm
meant
talking
for as
about
a
as a
kid.
kid.
Oh, yeah. I definitely, like,
As
someone
a
told
kid,
me and I
there's
was
like
like, you're wrong.
right,
And I like got all defensive. Like my
right.
belief system came crashing down.
Yes.
And I was like, you're wrong.
Right.
I was so mad at that friend, and my parents are like, "Well, it only happens if you believe." I'm like, "Well, that's some weird fucked
I
up shit."
know.
And I had to
I
plant my
know.
armpit. But
Well,
like,
that's why I did this though. That's the whole point of it, is that I want a tradition when that's long gone. Like,
Yeah.
I want something to
Oh, the
do.
advent calendar,
Who
you
doesn't
mean?
Yeah, like, who doesn't love waking up and, like, seeing a surprise in the kitchen or, like and that's the fun of
I tried, Dana.
the
So
elf and
I
all that.
also did an advent calendar, and she sent me her list of things, and I'm like, "That's cool, but I don't have time for it because 'cause I'm at the studio every single night." So
Yes.
my poor kids went to put their hand in the advent calendar for an entire week, and they're like, "Mom," and I'm like, "I'm sorry. Like, I truly am sorry. Like, I'm struggling right now." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I promise I'll pick it up." But then I did for like 2 days again, and then I didn't, and they forgot, and then I forgot. So like for the other moms that are out there, just
Yeah.
know that you could still have an advent calendar and also be honest with your kids being like,
Oh, 100%.
I just couldn't last night or I forgot or
Yeah.
this week is too busy, but like we will do stuff. And so
Yes.
maybe
We
have an
had a
advent
talk
calendar and don't be stressed to fill from 1 to 31 is what I'm trying to just
Okay,
gonna put it
we
out there.
do
My
1 to
kids didn't,
24, by the way.
or I'm sorry, 1
I
to
was like, "That's too
1 to
much."
24.
Yeah.
And like my kids were okay. They're like at first they were sort of disappointed, but then it also lets them know that like I'm human.
Yeah.
I also have a life.
Yep.
I'm not there to tend to like every possible micro minute of making December special when I'm heavily involved in like all the dance stuff
Yeah.
and the rehearsals and things like that. And for anybody else that works and has crazy schedules. So
Oh,
you don't
100%.
they got to see this is perfect for me. I like talking about this. They got to see me kind of fail as a
Mhm.
mom and me say, I'm sorry. And then they had to learn compassion and understanding. And then now when they look in there, I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys, I fucked up. They're like, it's okay, it's okay. And they just like walk away and busy with something else. And
Yeah.
then when I do have something in there, they're like, yay. So
Yeah, it's, like,
it's sort
super
of like,
exciting.
a win-win that like they let me be me.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to be anything and I wasn't stressing myself up and I wasn't staying up till 4 a.m. So it was a
Mhm.
nice balance. And then on the moments I'm like, oh fuck, I'll like pop up and I'll be like, okay, let me do this because I hadn't done it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't need an advent calendar. Maybe I need one that's just like every week.
So, I did have this discussion with the kids actually
Yeah.
the other day. They were like, "Oh, we didn't like we missed a couple days." And
Yeah.
that's okay. We always
Oh, good.
do.
I'm glad that
And
you missed a couple
oh, no,
days.
no, no, always, always, always. And like especially I used to be as when they were younger and I was a stay-at-home mom and they were not
Yeah.
involved in anything, we
Yeah.
made every day.
Yeah, I did too. I was better like a few
But
years ago.
right, but obviously as they're getting older and they're more involved in things and I'm working overnight
Yeah.
shifts and shit's
Yeah.
chaotic, we will miss days and what I'll do is like on a day that we have extra time, I'll do 2 that day or something. So
Yeah, I
like
won't be doing that, but
and it's
I
not
love it.
always.
I
It's not
love that
always.
though.
Or the other day they wanted to have friends over and I said, "Okay, well that's your advent calendar then."
Yeah.
And that's what we'll sub it out
I've
for.
definitely used your advice. I will say this. I definitely used your advice for what we're gonna do. Like, I think last night I put sleepovers and making like a cookie
Yeah,
plate.
like
Well,
that's
guess what?
fine.
The sleepover was gonna happen anyways,
Right.
but we didn't get to the cookie plate because they had to fucking
Right.
spend the night. I was like,
Right.
shit. So now I'll put that on the next one. Will
Yeah.
it be the best thing they open? No, but we're still trying to do
Right.
something together.
Right, exactly, and that's what I do is, like, I will make sure that, like, I put things that we're doing anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, they can sub it out and have friends over or something. That's gonna be a sub out, though, because I told them the other day, I was like, "I'm not staying up till 12 o'clock at night. You had
Yeah.
friends over till 8.
Yeah.
That's that. Like,
Yeah.
that was your
Great.
advent day."
Mhm.
And they're fine with that, or sometimes we just forget and whatever, and we'll make it up, or the other thing I always do is I keep little prizes on hand.
Yeah, I don't have that
So
shit.
and that's easy. I go to the dollar store and I pick up a few
I don't need any of that
things,
shit in my house. I
and
got little
so
Rolos
easy.
and I've been putting them in so they get
Yeah, a
because they
little piece of
like their
candy.
favorite piece of candy
Yeah.
and it's tiny.
Well, that's part of a prize. That could be
Yeah,
a prize.
I
Like,
guess.
so we'll do like I'll have like a piece of candy for them or like Violet loves bubble gum. I did like a pack of bubble gum one
Yeah.
day. Or they both have desks and dollar store had like the cute little things for the pencil organizer. I gave them one of
That's
those and
cute.
they loved it.
No, I love it. I
Loved
love
it.
those little prizes and I'm sure they do, but in my mind I'm thinking I'm trying to get rid of like get rid of like
Yeah,
that stuff
stuff.
because I still have 3 bags of Halloween candy in my
Yeah.
cabinet. And I'm like, they
Oh,
just don't need more shit.
I
Like
even
I even opened
recycled
up my
that.
wine glass cabinet and I saw shit from Valentine's.
Yep.
Or no, not Valentine's. What was it before Halloween? I don't know, birthday party shit. Yeah, it
Right.
was like birthday party shit,
Right.
like what they got from the piñata. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we have
I
problems
always
here.
throw that stuff out.
I opened up the cabinet and told Freya to go through the arts and crafts that she got from her birthday in September. We still have stuff we haven't done
I know.
since then
I know.
because they're in dance and we've had a lot going on. And
I'm
I'm like,
dreading Christmas coming up with all the gifts.
we're not doing that much this year.
You guys don't have a lot of family that gives gifts? That's my thing. It doesn't matter if we
Oh.
don't do a lot. Our family does a lot.
I mean, we usually give like one gift to one person.
Oh my gosh.
No, we don't do a lot.
We have. Oh no, my kids get a lot. Now we don't do a lot.
Oh, yeah,
So,
they
like,
get like 1 or 2 things from
oh my god,
somebody.
like my
But
parents
it's
get
still
them
like
a bunch of
$50
stuff. John's
another.
parents get them a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
John's sister,
We're going on that
John's
cruise
brother.
this year,
Yeah,
so
that's
we're getting a little
nice.
bit less.
That's
Or
nice.
their grandparents are giving a little less, and then my parents that they do like one maybe 2 gifts that equals to, like, $50 or so.
That's so nice.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if they know if that I don't know if they know anything else.
I just feel like we get bombarded with gifts, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
obviously
say,
it's
that's nice
amazing,
that they're
but
getting
it's just
stuff.
always a lot of
I took your
stuff.
advice about getting clothes that they needed this year for this
Mhm.
winter and using them as gifts. I've actually never done that
Definitely.
before. I've always just gotten them clothes. Like, "Hey, I got you this," and I'm not a big clothes shopper either.
Yeah.
So don't, but like, yeah, I went to Target and spent like $160 for
Yep.
like
Wrap
those
that
kind of
shit
like
up.
loungy, like wintry kind of
Yeah.
outfit things. And I'm like, that's gonna be their present
Oh,
because they're
yeah.
getting older and it's getting harder. And I'm
Yep.
like, don't know what the
I
fuck
went
to get
shopping the
them.
other day for clothes, and I was like, "They're not getting any of this stuff till Christmas morning."
Yeah.
I'm using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to
Shoes,
use.
things they
Yep.
need, like, even I'm wrapping up water bottles. They need new water bottles.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I guess it's
yeah.
something to open.
Yeah, it's something to open. That's
Yeah.
part of the fun of it. It's just opening it, right? And, like, having something new.
Yeah. Having
So,
something new.
like, I'm
But
getting
still, we're
them
not I don't think we're doing as much as we did last year.
I think we kept it pretty minimal. Like, actually, I keep getting nervous. I'm like, "Oh, no, did I not get enough
Oh,
stuff?"
I laid it all out this morning on the bed, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "This doesn't look like a lot."
I know. And then you, like,
And then you frantically buy a
realize,
few more things
though
at the
right,
end.
you buy a few more things at the end, and then the next week, you're like, "Fuck, I got too much shit."
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
I
did the
know.
same thing with Freya's birthday. In fact, I kept 2 presents from her birthday party to put for Christmas.
Do you ever recycle gifts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I
not
do.
often,
It's
but
so
definitely
bad, but I
with the
totally
kids or
have.
with yourself? I
No,
do
like,
both.
have you ever had, like, where you've gotten, like, a ton of gifts or you gotten duplicates of something and, like, you have a bin that you put them in, and then if
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
birthday
I
party, you
have
grab
2
from that bin?
bins that, like, either I find something on clearance that I,
Yep.
like, throw up in there
Or that,
or,
yep.
definitely, yeah, something that I've gotten or they've gotten. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with that.
I
That's
know.
actually a beautiful thing. It's reduce, reuse, recycle.
I agree, but I definitely think some people would find that, like
I wouldn't.
but I'm like,
Like, if I gave you
yeah.
something that's like a coffee mug, I'm like, "Oh, it reminded me of you, Dana," and you end up giving it to somebody else, I totally would not care.
Yeah, no, me either.
Yeah, it's like, I thought about you, but, like, if you didn't have a use for
Yeah.
it and you thought about
Move it
somebody else,
on. Yeah.
I was still able to help you. It was
Yeah.
still a gift because you didn't have to go now buy a gift for someone.
I have to buy all the teachers' gifts too, but I only do I've taken it down. I do gift cards for all of them.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants, like, a mug
No.
or, like
Let's put this here right now. Just gift cards.
yeah.
No one wants another lip gloss,
Nope.
coffee mug,
Nope.
candy,
Yeah.
flowers, towels
And
I've
again, I get
seen.
it. It's all like, I thought of you, but, like, just
And
even if you can only afford $5, just get a $5 gift card. I feel
just
like
get a
that's
$5
better.
gift card.
Yeah, I agree. Gift cards for everyone.
Gift cards for
I don't know
everyone.
why gift cards are viewed as, like, such an unthoughtful thing. Like,
I know,
I
I think we
remember
talked
in
about this a little
John's
bit.
family too, like, they don't give each other gift cards, and I'm like,
Well, as soon as we said gift cards, then it made me feel a little bit bad that, like, once again, we're a materialistic society that just wants money so we can get, get, get. So
then
maybe we
write a
should
nice
go
little
back,
letter.
then write in a letter, I guess. I know, I was gonna say,
I
maybe we
do
should
that for
go
the
back
teachers.
to, I don't know, why don't we give presents away that are like something that's used? Like, why couldn't I given someone this sweatshirt and been like, Merry Christmas?
Here's my underwear. Merry Christmas.
Listen,
I don't know, but I do think we should okay, maybe not that. Like, I don't really I mean,
like
like, fine, I
clothes.
guess. If you wanna give me clothes, I would take them. But, like, I think a nice thing to do would be to give people more practical things. Like, I think it would be kinda cool to get,
My
like,
mom's very
a
practical on
new
presents.
plant or, like, a kit to, like, make something, like a
Yeah.
sourdough making kit. I don't
Or
know if I'll
like,
ever
what
do it,
about
but
a gift card for groceries?
I would love a gift
Me
card for
too. I'm like,
groceries.
fuck yeah.
That would make me so
This week, the
happy.
bills weren't
We
crazy.
are going wild this week. Steak for everyone.
Lobster for everyone.
Yeah.
Get the good wine.
I don't know. I don't know. I definitely think we've talked about this a million times,
I
but, like, I
know.
think gifts are just outrageous right now.
I do too. That's why, in my own way, we scaled back a little bit. Not crazy. My kids are not without, but also in a way that I don't feel like is crazy. And I don't know. I think I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Are you a person that maybe we talked about this last time, but like I'm only noticing because last night we like frantically bought a few things last minute. And even though you're on Amazon Prime, it still says you're not
Yeah.
getting it till the next day. So are you someone that definitely shops last minute or like you plan ahead?
Yes. Okay, girl, you know I'm late to everything. You think I shop ahead?
I don't know.
I just did my shopping yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm not done.
But it makes me mad that I couldn't be more thoughtful
Yeah,
throughout
it
the
makes me
year.
mad that I'm the way I am.
Because like,
I
when I went,
can't.
I kinda came up with good ideas, and then when I went to go, like, order, it's, like, not getting here till January 4th. I'm like, "Fuck, if I had just done this 2 weeks ago."
Do you wanna know what the best gift would be? I just thought of it really
What?
quick. A gift card to have self-care stuff too.
Yeah.
Botox,
I tried to tell Trevor
massages.
that, and he's like, "I'm not giving you Botox for Christmas." I'm like, "Then
Well,
you're
then you don't
fucked
love
up."
me.
That's right. I'm like, "Listen,
Say you
that's
don't love me without
I
saying you
just
don't
want a
love me.
chemical peel,
Yeah.
okay? Like, what's wrong with that? I don't want more shit."
You know what? I was thinking about this the other day too. Do you think moms are hotter now than ever?
I don't
I feel like
know.
there's a lot of hot moms out there.
Yes, but, like, we all know they've had work, so it's like, is
I
that
don't
really
care.
authentically hot?
No, no, no. I'm not talking about if you had work or if you're naturally hot or
Oh, okay.
inauthentically hot. I don't really give a shit. If you're hot, you're hot, right?
Like,
So like
attractive, yeah.
my thing is like I just feel like there's a lot of hot moms out there where like I think about back in like when we were kids and like I just feel like not that moms weren't beautiful. They were beautiful
Yeah.
moms, but like
They weren't,
I
like,
felt
as
like they
souped
very
up as
much
we are
looked like
now?
moms. Like
Yeah.
they all had like shorter haircuts and like dressed more mom like and like you just knew you were like if they were out and about whether they had kids with them or not, you were like you're a mom. Where I feel like today's moms are like hot enough that they're like and like young enough looking and maybe it's just my perception, but I'm like
I
I
like
feel like
it.
you could be out and about and I'd be like I don't know what you are.
Oh.
Like you're not your
I wanna be
identity
that.
doesn't just look like a mom. Like there are there's certain people that you like they look like a mom.
Yeah.
I feel like there's less mom looking moms now.
Yes. Wait, am I one of them?
Yeah, like yeah,
Just kidding.
you're a
You're
hot mom.
definitely a hot mom too. Whenever you're like, you show up with like your lipstick and your cool sunglasses and your gold hoops and like your camera ready to go from one of your shoots or something, I'm like, oh my God, it looks so cool. I want to have like some sort of purpose and like
Oh
look.
my god. I feel like I never have a purpose or a look. You
You
look
do.
very, like, purposeful and, like, I don't know, when you show up with,
What?
like, your
Me and my
hippie
plants?
look and, like, I don't know, it's cool. You have a cool style.
I'm gonna try. I do like that this year and maybe a little bit of last year, like I've upped my game a little bit on like expressing myself a little more. Cause
Yeah.
I used to in my 20s, I'd go to thrift stores and like buy all this cool shit. And I was like that girl that wore like the crazy
Yeah.
outfits. Not crazy as in wacky, but like pinned together something that like maybe, and I'd be like, that was like $3
I love
from
that. I
like the
always was
store.
jealous of people who could put together an outfit with, like, random shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was never that person. It takes
Yeah.
me a lot of time to, like, think about
Yeah. But once
how
you
to put it
do, your
together.
outfit looks good. That's what I'm saying. Whenever you walk in, like from head to toe, it looked good. And they're like staple items, but somehow you put them all together. And I'm like, oh, that looks like high end and looks good and
Oh,
stylish.
thanks.
Yeah. And
Thank
I'm
you.
like,
None of
not
it's
like
high
that.
end ever, but
No,
yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
can tell. Like it
I feel like
was
I have 2 looks, though, and they're opposite. It's like I either, like, look like a freaking,
on the
like
struggle bus.
yeah, like, I
Me
look like a
too.
hot mess
Me
or, like,
too.
I'm really put
Put
together.
together.
There's very little in
Me
between.
too.
This podcast has been the most in between I've ever been.
I think it is. It's like some quick
Like,
fashion
that
intellect or
knowledge to just
something.
know, like, this and this is gonna look good
Yeah.
together.
Oh, it
Same with,
takes
like,
me
interior
forever to decide.
decorating.
Oh,
Like,
I
I feel
hate.
like people who could put together outfits are the same people who could, like, put together a room, and you're like, "Oh, wow, how did you throw all that together?"
Do you
Like, that
know?
looks so cool.
Do you know that I started school for interior design? Like I have my AS degree in it or
That's
something.
cool.
And then I decided that like, oh no, I have to work with like French country and like this is like back in the day and like
Yeah.
weird styles that and I was really modern and contemporary. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
You'd be
want to
like a
do
niche.
that. Even to this day with my paintings, it's like the either the wife or the husband, or I haven't worked yet with like a same sex couple. So, but it's usually one or the other that like loves it and the other one doesn't, and they're fighting over like if they like it or not. I'm like some like awkward like, okay, just let me know. Like
Yeah.
there's always this struggle in
That's
interior design
funny.
between the two people that are living in this household and their opinions about what a fucking color of like the wall color or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's so hard. It's like, why do we spend so much time on our nest?
Right, right. I
Like, on a
know.
house?
I
And
guess
why do we
because
put
'cause you're in
ourselves
it.
in debt for years over a
I
house?
don't know. So many people in my neighborhood are getting in-ground pools put in, and I just keep being like, "I am I missing something?
Like,
How
how
are
is
you all affording a
affording this?
$100,000
Oh,
pool?"
all the time I see people across the street, they'll get, like, a boat, new truck, whatever the fuck it is, and I'm like,
I'm doing something
"Me
wrong.
too." I'm like,
I'm doing
"What's up
something so
here?"
wrong.
Like,
I know people look at my shit though and they think the same thing. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you have so much." Like when I posted online, I posted
yeah,
that video of like having the stair slide in the swing
yeah.
and people were like, "Oh, must be
Well,
nice to be
it was
rich."
blood, sweat, and tears, my
Fuck.
friends. You and John, like, stayed
I
up
DIY'd
late
that
and, like,
shit.
you guys build everything
But
and
like
took
I
time
could even
towards.
comment that back. I was like, "Oh, like that rock wall cost us like $150. We did everything ourselves. Like it was
Yeah.
their Christmas gift." And people are like, "Must be nice to have $150." Like, "Oh my god, you can't win." You know what I hate?
Yet
I
they'll go out to a
hate
restaurant and blow $150 on, like, Longhorn Steakhouse or
even if you
something.
don't have it though, okay? Like I cannot stand and I'm seeing it so much on social media. I cannot stand people who hate people for having things. Like
Yeah.
it pisses me off. I would never my mind doesn't even go there. Like if I walk up to like like, if we go to a birthday party and we walk
Oh,
up
do
to,
you
like,
think
this
it's
gorgeous
jealousy?
house, it is jealousy. We walk up to a gorgeous house. I don't think anything other than, "Wow, this is amazing. That's
Me
so cool."
too. And I teach my kids the same thing. So I'm
I'm
like,
never
listen,
like,
you're gonna
"Oh,
go to
must be
different people.
fucking nice. This is oh, look at," like, who cares what they have?
Yeah, that's
Like,
so mean.
and it's just strange that that's where your energy is
I
going.
know.
Like, for me, my energy is gonna go, "How can I get this?" Not
How can I
that
acquire?
I'm pissed that you have it, but, like, I
Oh,
am telling you, anything I post in our house, people are like, "Oh, like, I have to show you the comments."
I
It's
know. I
crazy.
wanna see.
It's crazy. It's always like, "Must be nice," or this or that, or, some of us can't this is like bragging, some of us can't even fucking afford, like, groceries and stuff, like, it's
Oh.
strange.
Well, then maybe for those people, we send them a gift card
Well,
for
maybe
groceries.
my feeling is
Not that I can really afford more gift cards out than my teachers right now,
I don't
sorry.
know. My feeling is I just feel like if you have the time to comment that, like, start thinking, start
Yeah,
planning, and you know what? I understand there not everyone's going to be able to yes, like, some people are
there's a
just gonna
place for
be in a
everyone in
hard
that.
season,
Yeah.
right? And, like, I feel for that. But we too have also been in a hard season
Yeah.
before. It should be, like, okay, like, not everyone like, there's also people that are I look at that, I'm like, "Wow, they have so much more than
Oh,
us."
yeah.
Like, there's always gonna be someone that has more than you.
There
There's
is.
always gonna be someone who has less than you.
That's right.
There's always gonna be someone who has it worse than you, someone who has it better than you.
Yeah.
Like, just focus on you
Just
and,
focus on
like,
you,
know
boo.
that someone could be up here and they may have been way lower than you even ever were at some
Yeah,
point. Like, you have no
exactly.
idea someone's story.
Yeah, that was definitely,
So,
like, them judging you for no reason.
yeah. But I see it a lot, not even on my page, just, like, on pages. Like, I see a lot when people
Like, a lot
post
of
something
hate.
a lot of hate in this world.
I feel like we definitely have been divided, like, lately.
And I think there are people that are worth hating on, but, like, I also think
I
on social media, you don't know anyone enough to hate on them.
was gonna say, it's like reviewing, I don't know, something. It's like, really? Like, your
Yeah,
opinion does not matter?
it doesn't. In the grand
Sorry.
scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Like, you could only control what you do and
That's right.
how you move forward, and
Focus on you.
yeah, and you have to hope that the people who do have all that money do something good with it. I'm
Yeah.
sure most of them don't, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But, like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I would if I had a lot of extra money, I would definitely do good things with it.
Me too. Oh, I
Like,
think about that all the
I
time.
would definitely
Like,
do good
I
things with it.
definitely don't think I need a lot to live on. I think I would just have, like, an animal sanctuary, and, like, all my money would go to, like, those animals that were abused, like, in circuses and, like,
Yeah.
whatever.
There's so many things you could do though, even, like, on a small scale, like, something I did, like, this Christmas even, like, we didn't have a ton of I mean, I'm sure obviously I could have donated more stuff, but
Yeah.
we had it all started with we had a Christmas tree that we
Okay.
weren't using in the attic that I found because, like, we got a new one year or whatever, and it was nice. It was like a nice 7-foot tree or whatever. So I
Yeah.
put it up on that, like, free
Yeah.
page, and 20 people commented and
You
was
gotta do the
like,
first
"I need
one.
a tree." Like,
Oh, it's so
I got
sad.
messages talking about how they would want a Christmas tree this year, and I was like, "Yeah, it was sad." Like, I was like, "Oh my god, like, I can't believe how many people don't have a tree." And, like, you really do take that for granted. It was, like,
Or
really
that's their story, we don't know.
true. Um,
But let's pretend it was all of them.
and I was like, "Oh my god, like, that sucks though." Like, you just don't even think of that. Like, the
Nope.
fact that, like, even a simple tree, right? Like, so I gave it to the first person. She was so appreciative. She was so nice. We ended up,
I
like,
know,
talking a
I
little
love
bit.
that,
I know, me too.
page that we have on
I
our
love it, and I think a
Facebook.
lot of towns do have it. But after that, I was like, "Shit, John, like, I need more trees. Like, I need to go down this list a little bit." So then I posted in our neighborhood group, and I was
Okay.
like, "Does anyone have Christmas trees that they're not using? Like, old Christmas trees that maybe you got a new one, like, I want them to go down a list on this page."
Oh,
And I got, like,
Dana.
4 people that donated trees to me, and I got to give
Yay!
away, like, a few of them.
This is what I'm talking about, that, like, when people wanna complain that we need to do this with our system or whatever, it's like, it starts small, people.
Yeah,
It
and I was
starts
like, "That's so
noticing this way,
cool."
like,
Like, what a
trying to
cool
make this
little
year that person's life a little bit more special.
Yes, I
Like,
had a little bit of time. I went and I picked up the trees from my
yeah.
neighbors, kept them in my garage until that person was able to pick them up, and it
Not
was,
like you
like,
have time or
easy.
anything, but you did something. I'm
I did
so proud of
something,
you.
and I was like it was easy, it was done, and I felt like I hopefully made a couple people's Christmases a little bit easier, but, like, I also like, what I'm getting at is, like, I wish I could do that on a big scale, like, and
Oh,
if I could,
me
I would have
too.
bought, like, 100 trees and, like, gotten everyone on that group, like, a tree, like, who fucking
Absolutely. Yeah,
cares?
me too. I would want that. I definitely Oh my
Because
god,
one day I may need the tree too.
you might come
You
back.
never know. You never
Exactly.
know.
Yeah,
But
you gotta kinda keep that
whatever.
energy of I definitely think that we live in a society where everyone's just like, "Me, me." Like, my job, my business, my work, my family, my house, like, and
Yeah.
they're only
We
worried
lost the
about their
community.
their nuclear family and how they
I
are
mean,
gonna.
I'm guilty of that.
I know, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying somewhere along the way we got programmed to like think, you get married, you have kids, and it's like your household, and
Your
then that's
bubble.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm guilty of it because I think we
Like
get
we
so
work,
busy that it's easy to fall into that.
but
Like,
we work better when it's more people working together.
yeah,
And like somehow we lost sight of that.
I know. We need to get back to that. We should try to think of something good to do.
We should just get our mansion and then have like what, 6 or 8 families living in there
Yes,
all
our
happily.
compound.
But wait, I don't know if I can do that if I can't be stuck on a cruise with like a lot of
A
people.
compound's different. You have a
Okay.
lot of land and a lot
Okay.
of places to go to, but you are going to see the same people all the time.
I guess it just has to be people that I'm okay with.
I just picture it very like we're all around a bonfire at night.
As long as they're Delta 9
Oh
gummies.
my god, everyone's passing out Delta 9 gummies.
Are we even allowed to say that on here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know
Bleep,
the
bleep, bleep, bleep.
rules of this. I
Me
know that
either.
like certain platforms censor more than other
Oh,
platforms. I don't
okay.
think podcasts censor much.
Well, they're not illegal.
Yeah, but I mean whatever. Anyway, I also think we should end this with I saw a mom podcast.
Okay.
Um they started following us. So I was like looking through their stuff.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
How
I
cute.
know. And they actually interview people a lot and stuff. It's cute. They're small. They're just starting out kind of too, like I think in like May or whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, they did something and I was crying laughing because I was like, I could see Julie being like, let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
They steamed their vaginas next to each other. So they got these boiling pots of
Wait,
water.
we see their labia and
No, no,
everything?
no. They put a towel over
Okay.
themselves. So they're like sitting like me and you, but they like put a
Wait, what's
steam
the
pot.
use for steaming your vagina?
I don't know. I didn't look into this yet.
Okay.
But they put all these herbs and stuff into it. I don't know. They said it's supposed to like help like
Breathe
something
it out or
internal.
something? Oh.
But I was dying because she's like, it smells like Thai or Indian food, and now like my cave of a vagina is just gonna smell like that. And I was crying laughing because I'm like, oh my god,
gosh.
can you imagine your like vagina smelling
I want
like
to try
Thai
things
food?
together. Like if we need to like put that snail stuff on our face or like
Yes, we should start trying things and
put our
reviewing
feet
it.
in grapes or whatever. I
Put our
don't know.
feet in grapes. You want to make
Smush
wine?
'em. Let's make wine and then we'll,
Do you want to steam vaginas together?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
I
could try
definitely
that.
want to do
I don't know
that.
what it does,
I
but I'm
want
sure
my
there's a
vagina
benefit.
to smell like herbs and like stuff.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think.
I don't know that I want it to smell like herbs. That part kind of set me off a little bit, but I
But
do.
it's not like you're down there and you're smelling your own vagina.
True.
You'd be doing it for John. Okay.
Here's a little Thai food.
Thai food. I want like rosemary and lavender.
I
or
don't know
something.
what spices they put in, but they
Wait,
must have put in like cumin and stuff because they said it smelled like Thai or Indian food.
I definitely
was
don't
like,
want
"That
my
sounds
vagina to
disgusting."
smell like to-go food or whatever.
No, I know.
Okay.
I want it to smell like a spa,
Yeah.
like
or like, I don't know. I think the
like
way
a
we naturally
fresh
smell is
garden.
what they like. I don't think they want fresh garden smell down there, but I'm like willing to try, and then I'm gonna make Trevor and be like, "What does it smell like?
I just want to know what.
Is it good?
Does it like open up your pores? Like, what is it doing?
Ooh,
I don't
we
know.
have pores down there.
I don't know. I guess we should research a little more before
I
we steam
want
'em.
I want to steam the
Oh
vagina.
my god. All right. So on our next episode, we will be steaming our vaginas apparently now. We'll find something to do. We have to find something to do and review.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it is yet.
or those nipple pasties.
Oh my god.
Remember you were talking to me how we have to put.
We should try that.
Okay, but like, what's it doing for my nipple?
So it was masks. You know how you put like a face mask sheet
know.
on? These were nipple
I know.
masks, and
I've
they
seen them
were
before.
Christmas tree style. And you put them on there, and it moistens them and makes
Moistens
them.
I know other things that moistens them too.
It makes them soft and smooth. And I think we're not doing enough self-care nipples. Nipple
Stop
self-care.
it! Really? You think that they need self-care?
I have completely abandoned my nipples. I haven't even thought about them. I don't even.
because
I
they've
just
been
wash
used
them.
before.
I know they're like used and shriveled up.
Yeah,
I think I need to bring them back to life.
like kind of like it's almost like the energy that you're bringing to him. Like you are beautiful and
Yes.
lovely, and I'm gonna self-care
Would you show me them if you put those nipple masks
Yeah, but
on?
I'd have to like pull my boob up just so you could see it.
I
Because without a
wanna-
bra, they're like,
I know. Well, we should show each other
Every
our
day I
boobs.
go in the mirror, not every day, but when I'm naked, I'll like turn aside and be like, see, I just want them to be like
That's
that.
what I do. I go like this, and I'm like,
Oh
that's it.
yeah, everyone always looks good when their
That's
arms
all
are
I
up.
want them
Even
to
like
look
guys
like.
when they stretch, they're
Yeah.
like,
I
They think
just
they're,
want them
like,
to
all
look like this
hot.
at all times.
Me too, like this.
That's not even perfect. They still, like, sag a little bit, but they're, like, a
Me
cute
too.
sag. They're, like, just, like, a
Right.
little, like,
Right,
they're
not
not
over
like,
to your
"Oh,
belly.
they're actually in my leggings right now."
Me too, and it's, like, creating sweat, and, like, I
Yeah.
can't even find my under part of my sports bra
Oh
'cause it's
my
so
god,
folded
how does
over.
that happen?
Someone
I
needs to
also
come
need a
out with
better bra.
Me too.
Do you have a bra recommendation?
It's called, like, Pour More? No, it's, like, Pourmoi or something like that.
That sounds
Pour More.
fancy as fuck.
It wasn't that bad. They had one on Amazon for, like, $30 or so,
Oh, okay.
but when it didn't fit my boob. When she told me, like, her size, I was like, "Get the fuck out. You have that big of boobs?" But then I realized when I ordered my size, it was, like, teeny, so maybe they, like, scale up
Okay.
or something.
Well, that's something I need to do. I never put money into my bras either because I
I
feel
only
like
got one. I
I
have one pretty bra now,
don't
Dana.
care.
I don't either, but this year I decided after we talked about that, I was like, "I am getting myself a pretty bra," and I
Yeah.
got one, and it's pretty. I haven't worn it yet. I still wear my sports bras, but
Yeah.
I will pull it out here and there.
You could wear it when your vagina smells like rosemary.
We're steaming
It'll
our
be a
vaginas.
special occasion.
We're gonna steam our vaginas, and then you're gonna tell me if it, like, worked or something.
Okay.
All right, and with that, I'm Julie.
I'm Dana. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe so you can see us next week.
Yay!
For real though.
I know.
I don't want it to smell like Thai food up in there.
How you make it, how you wanna, how you
Thanks for listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe so you can tune in next week.
wanna, how you